Uh,
He still got the filter on.
no,
I have the filter
sorry
on it,
about
yeah.
that. There was a lot of audio feedback. Apologize to the people in Twitch land. I had muted and it unmuted itself. But we are back. Okay. I'll have to edit that out. All right. Doc, I hope you got all out of your nose. All right. So, perfect. All right. So, it's been a while. Welcome everyone who is watching now or will be watching later. My name is electricrancid, better known as Ryan. I am 1/3 of the 3/3 of the Illusion Horror and Con. It is a yearly online convention that celebrates horror, namely KULT Divinity Lost, Call of Cthulhu, and every other RPG under the horror umbrella is welcome as well. We just do streaming for fun, running stories with server members and other people on other Discord servers just to have a good time. And this arc has been a long one in the making. Tonight is the last part of the Gallery of Souls. I'd call it a good starter scenario for anyone who wants to try or to GM or play in KULT Divinity Lost. And it has been a wild ride so far, and I appreciate the players who are here who have stuck around for that kind of whole trip. And hopefully, well, so far they're still alive, so they're doing very well. But before we jump into the gameplay tonight, just a few announcements. The good folks, the community that has kind of grown up on the Illusion Horror Discon server, there's a group of about 6 or 7 that have come together to bring together a community online horror convention. That's GM submissions are open for that now. It's not an official kind of Illusion Horror Con convention, but it is a community organized one, which is great. And me, Dave, and Crystal thank everyone who has spearheaded that and is taking care of that. That is happening right now. If you would like to get in a scenario or play test something, it's a great time to do it. GM submissions are open now, and everything is available on the website www.theillusionhorrorandcon.events. Or you can take your camera, take a picture of the QR code on screen, and follow that, and you'll eventually find out where everything is. And after Gallery of Souls, we have some more streaming content lined up. After tonight, we're going to take a few weeks off just because of busy life scheduling. But at the last 2 weeks of March, I will be running Things from the Flood. It is the sequel to Free League's Tales from the Loop. So watch out for that. And then the first 2 Sundays in April, Phzoul himself will be running The Gorge. He'll be running with his one-shot RPG system, specifically the Skull Die. Looking forward to that. And while that's happening, I'll be preparing for a more of a long-form scenario. I plan on running the Atrocity exhibition for KULT Divinity Lost, so watch out for that, probably near the end of April. But besides that, I think that's it, so let's get into it. And I'd like to just go around here and welcome back my players. I'll introduce each one of you, tell just for people's memories, tell them who you're playing, what you look like, and maybe some fond memories up to now of kind of, what maybe just one memorable moment that kind of sticks out in your brain. And we'll start with Doc Matt Tracy, who plays George.
Yes, I am Matt Doc Tracy. I'm playing George tonight, a World War I veteran in a nice, fine suit who has somehow, these last 5 and ongoing sessions, evaded death in more ways than one. As you look around the table, everybody's kind of agreeing to that. George has somehow convinced God to say no and send him back more times than you would expect. But I would say a memorable moment for George for me was getting to stab some sort of horrific, beyond the veil creature to death with a ballpoint pen. He was very John Wick, and then he's been on a steady decline ever since. He peaked there and then just slow marching to death. That was a happy moment for me. I really enjoyed that. I think that was episode 3?
Yeah, I
2 or
think,
3? It was
yeah,
early on.
yeah. I think I remember that in the timeline. I just like, oh, death by ballpoint pen. We have our own kind of Batman movie happening here. It's great.
Nice.
Excellent. Great to have you back. We'll go up north to Armistice, who plays Ray. Welcome back, Armistice.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. I've been playing Ray, so he's the muscle, he's the kneecap breaker. He is trying to save his mom, who's pretty much the only person who in his life who thinks he's a normal person, thinks he has a normal job, and he wants to keep it that way. He is quite violent, but is riddled with guilt over the bad choices he's made in his life, and he is very riddled with guilt that his mother has been sucked into this. He has a friendship with George, who's kind of one of the few people who sees any potential in him to be anything other than a skull smasher. And he is started out wearing a really nice suit and having a really nice car and arsenal of weaponry, but the car's gone. His suit got melted off by a monster blood. So he had to go to a 7-Eleven or something like that, some kind of corner store, and buy like he's wearing like a sweat shorts and an I love Los Angeles t-shirt and what's left of his like suit pants maybe. And that's things aren't going super well for him, but so far he's come in clutch in a few fights. Uh, and he's also been triggered by alien powers, evil interdimensional powers to from time to time beat up his friends, which is super great. He's also slowly losing his sanity and starts reciting creepy nursery rhymes at times.
The nursery rhymes for me have been pretty memorable, so I appreciate those. Nice. All right, and we'll head east to Baziel, who plays Elizabeth. Welcome back, Baziel.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Yeah. So I am playing for everyone tonight, or have been playing, Liz or Liz Bennett, a failed actress turned into basically the social, I don't even know the word, the hostess for a very bad man, a very mobster type guy. Um, and as far as anything weird, well, as far as the crazy things happening, she's actually now completely totaled not one car but two, as well as having um uh, the turn signal rod sticking out of her chest at the same time. And her last, well, I guess line, I guess she was talking to a fellow and just said, "Oh, was your name's Robert? You mind if I call you Roberto? You're kind of sexy." And so, yeah, that's where Liz is at right now. She wears a nice sequin type evening gown that's now covered in blood from the different car accidents that she's been in. Her stilettos are now half stilettos, with runs and her locks, stockings and everything else. But she still manages to keep her cool. So far, she's hanging in. So, yep, that's Liz.
Nice. This has been a nice sultry character, and yes, and Robert Warren is smitten by you at this point. So we'll see where that goes, or if he's goes the way of the knife to the at the end of it. If he gets too close, because your ex-husband's still around. And with that, we'll go we'll go south to Fred. Welcome back, Phzoul.
Thank you. So I'm playing Fred Hayden. He's the card chart fixer, gambler. And even though it's George's fault we're in this mess, Fred is determined at all costs to get out of it and get his 3-year-old daughter Joan back. Fred is not looking at the past in term for memories. The best memory, the happiest moment is yet to come, and that is when he takes his silver-plated Colt M1911 and shoots Mr. Pickett with it. ending this nightmare. And hopefully you will get an opportunity to do that tonight.
Well, depending on what happens tonight, you might get that or you might not. We'll have to see.
Come
All
on,
right.
Ryan, yo me.
Yeah. Can't be biased. No, just kidding. All right, we'll see what happens. All right, so there is too much history for history to tell, but just go with what happened at the end of last session. The end of last session, the group here had met a PI. No, his name Robert Morin, and he had thought that this group here was working for this kind of new named assailant called Ryan Howart, as Ray would call Hogwarts. But it took some convincing, but they finally got him to believing that no, they do not work for this Howart person. They're actually here on a job from Emmanuel Pickett, and from there a few kind of connections were made. And like, oh, okay. Christian Starker is someone who these folks want to protect, maybe protect. From Robert Morin's view, might still be up in the air. But he's with them now, and they were able to find out from this PI, private investigator, that Christian Stalker sometimes stays with this brunette woman who resides in a beautiful upscale condo in downtown LA. And we ended last session with Ray go and kind of scope out the place with a bumbling Robert Morin. Didn't know if he wanted to help or if he was being hindrance, but Ray was able to set him straight, just reminded him of the sultry Elizabeth. Could be his girlfriend by the end of this. Could be something. Could be something there by the end of this stream. We'll see. We'll see how much patience Elizabeth has for this person. But down on the streets, it's another story. I think this is the third car that's been wrecked, or the second car. I have no idea. But there was another accident. 3 of supposedly Howart's men got out. They were going to lay down fire, all equipped with Tommy guns. But George, going back to his World War I days, with support from Fred and Elizabeth, was able to like mow them down. And that's where the evening ended for them. But at the absolute end of that session last time, we ended with Ray and Robert going down the stairs, or just getting the hell out of there, because the lights had gone out. The pipes had started to shake. And Ray remembered that started to smell that ashen, volcanic kind of dust, dirt smell. Just started coming and oozing. This liquid stuff just started oozing out of the pipes. And that's where we ended. And this is where we will begin this evening. So, folks, I now leave it to you.
What was the name of the stalker's mistress?
Don't know.
Oh, okay. We never found her. Oh, yeah, right. We just went to her apartment, but we never found her. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha. So is this the same creature that I had sort of a vision of that was in the sewers?
You think so? Yes.
Yeah, when we were in the art exhibit, he had a weird vision of something that had. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not something we want to mess with. Ray, if he thinks that thing is coming, he's to what's his face there, the PI, Robert.
Robert, yeah.
I just Ray grabs Robert by the sort of scruff of the neck and gives him a shove down the hallway and says, "There's something coming. We don't want to fight it in here." And I just shove him out. "You got to get out to the street. Go."
Yeah, man, whatever you say. And he just like You don't have to tell me twice, and he just books down the stairs and goes outside. Just beaming it by you.
I'm gonna. I can't remember if I do. I still have my combat shotgun. I think I do.
I think you do.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have that ready, and I'm going to be just trying to get out into the street as quickly as possible, because as far as he knows, there's still a firefight happening out there too. So that's where they were on their way to. He's just extra motivated to get out there now.
Yeah, sure. Give me an act under pressure roll to see how you do.
Sure. Uh, 0 is 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 17.
Nice.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that is a complete success. Anything 15 and above is a complete success. So
Nice.
describe your success.
He shoves him, and then he kind of whirl clicks the shotgun, like to cock it, and then just jumps on the banister and just slides
Nice.
down the banister, aiming backwards up the hallway in case there's anything there he needs to shoot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. You said you look back. So when your gaze kind of goes back up the steps toward you, just from the plumbing pipes above, you just see just like this. It's almost like this soup that's like, and it's forming this mound. And out of this mound, as it kind of grows through the lights are kind of flickering in and out. You see these heads and faces. They start, one of them pushes out of this amorphous like gel, and it recedes back inside, and you see this hand come out, and it's just a randomness of like heads, guys, girls, everything, and it's a horrific sight.
It's the thing.
It's definitely the thing. You've seen that before, and so just so that people know what we are talking about, I will share it here very soon as I get to it. And you'll be able to see it on the Twitch stream there, folks, just for a reminder for yourself. That nasty looking thing.
Nice.
What's that movie with that just came out with Demi Moore?
The Substance.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's very The Substance. Just wanted to be beautiful.
So
yeah.
so you see that at the
You
top
are
there.
beautiful.
So you see that at the top there, Ray. What do you do?
Well, I'm gonna. I don't think I could be much more motivated to leave than I already am. But I maybe
What's
I
up there,
can
Ray?
take a-
What do you see?
Maybe I can take a shot at it
Yeah, you definitely can try.
as I'm sliding down the banister. What could go wrong?
Well, since you rolled a 15 or 18, can't remember what it was. I think that calls for a shot. Go ahead.
Okay.
Give a roll.
All right.
So this one will be act under pressure again because you're firing a
Okay.
gun type weapon.
This time it is a. What is the what do I add to act under pressure? I don't have
Your
my
coolness stat.
coolness. Or it's not. So it's not violence.
Violence is more in kind of like a hand-to-hand combat kind of thing.
Cool. Well, anyway, I got a +0 to that, I think. No, coolness. No, +1. Okay, so that's a 10.
10. Okay. By the time you're able to kind of aim your gun and get a shot off, it's when you're at the bottom of the banister, and it kind of, when you get that, when you land on your feet, your gun moves a little bit, and you're able to get a little bit of it. You're able to you see some of its kind of form just go, get blown off to the back, but it looks like it's didn't flinch. It's still kind of looks like it's preparing to kind of roll down the stairs.
So Robert is asking me what it is. It's like Don't look. Just keep moving. Get out in the street.
What
Go.
do you mean? Don't look. What's up there? What are you firing at there, buddy? And he's trying to look. He's trying to look around you.
Nope. Go.
All right. All right.
I'm gonna try and block his view.
All right. He gets out of the way because he just sees your face, and just like the utter kind of like, just go. And he leaves. All right. So yeah, you come back outside. It's probably about kind of put a time frame on this. It's the middle of the afternoon on the second day, and you come outside and you see. You probably didn't see the car crash, but the car you came in here is wrecked. And you see a bunch of bodies on the ground, and your the other three of your group are just kind of standing there with guns pointed, kind of all looking at each other. What do you do?
Who's shooting, Ray? I heard a shot.
Guns. Get all the guns. All the guns. Get all the guns. Get all the
Reading
guns.
my mind, exactly.
All
I'll
of them.
grab one of the Tommy guns on the ground.
Okay, while they're doing that, Ray whirls around and just has his gun trained on the door. Like, I'm gonna back up into the street and have shotgun trained on the door, ready to blast anything that comes out with both barrels.
Okay, you see that it gets to the bottom of the stairs, and then it stops. Almost like it's you don't know if it's waiting for you to come in, or if it just it's just something about the way it's not coming outside for some reason.
Who is it? More of these goons?
It's the thing that ripped apart the art exhibit. It's not human.
You take a look for it.
Bullshit. I say bullshit as I stand up. You know what? I'm going because of Fred's little vice here. He hesitates for a minute, so I'm going to hand it over to either Liz or George, because as he's about to stand up, he remembers no sense in taking a gun off a body if you don't check for a wallet. So he's going to pause for a
Oh
second.
my god! We're like,
Name is Fred.
Fred. She takes the Tommy gun. What are you doing?
Fred, I will give you my wallet to stop that.
We need cash. I'll say
We need
Oh
guns.
my god!
Nice, I like that. +1 on a future roll for role playing your vice. Great stuff. All right, so camera goes to George and Elizabeth.
George is going to definitely go to, because if memory serves, and Ryan, you probably watched the replay more recently than I believe I emptied the entire clip of that Tommy gun to wipe out the. So I'm going to grab one of their guns.
It's a good club. What if you don't want a club? Yeah, you can definitely grab one of the other ones.
I prefer a gun. Something about proximity to dangerous things.
But do you though? Actually, because you sense it. You know what it is.
Oh no!
It's your god.
Oh no! Oh.
You rolled really well last time, so I'll let this be a you decision.
I will put it to the happy sad die then.
Happy sad die.
It's give me a flat mouth. It's give me a smiley face. I can resist and fight my god.
Sounds good. Maybe it's a god that wasn't all cracked up to be.
The last time I worshipped this god, I tried to stab Liz. So
yeah.
Maybe it's a god not worth worshiping. But I will say, as I go to pick up the gun, and hearing, like, with that thought of it is my god, I'm gonna train it on the door, and the muzzle lowers for like a split second. Like, no, I can't do this. Yes, I can.
Where's my ballpoint pen?
Bring it on, God. I got a pen.
All right. Elizabeth.
Yeah, Elizabeth is somewhat, well, first off, she's completely startled by what Fred just did. What the fuck are you doing? And she's standing there with both. She's barefoot now, stockings all stripped and runs in them and everything else. And she takes the Tommy gun, drops her own pistol that she had in her hand, which she emptied in the previous hail of fire. So she go ahead and racks back the Tommy gun, making sure that there's a round in the chamber and ready to roll. It's Fred, get up off your ass, get another gun. And she just holds up and trains up. So you get an image of a hot chick in an evening gown with a crib that's like black and red in color, and she's the push-up bra and just the rails of her the straps on her gown are to the one side. She's holding the Tommy gun ready up and just with a grit of anger, just looking at that doorway, ready to unleash hell.
Your ex-wife is yelling at you, Fred. How do you
All right.
react?
Okay. Yeah. So, well, Fred, he did say the first thing he grabbed was a Tommy gun, so he'll grab it. But so does this guy have a wallet,
Yeah, he
cash? So
does.
yeah. So I'll just I won't bother counting. I mean people might be too angry at that. So I'll just into the pocket as I stand up, Tommy gun in one hand, and I'm like, kind of the mindset is, Ray's lost it again, some non-human thing. Fred is, when he stands to look, he is expecting to see nothing.
Okay. But it's not nothing this time, Fred. You get up, you grab a gun,
Oh,
you look past Ray, and you see, I'd say the good middle, that in the image there, that middle face, you just kind of just see, it's almost childlike. Like it almost reminds you of Joan, but it's missing a few teeth.
oh well, geez, as soon as you say that, Fred screams and pulls the trigger on the Tommy gun. Not, but I did say I stood up with one hand because I had the wallet. So
Yeah.
basically, it's going to be a like
Oh my
this,
God.
right?
Oh my
All over
God.
the place. It's like,
All right. Let's see. Okay. I think it naturally roll a keep it together, please, because that'll be a good outcome if you fail this roll.
okay.
Roll 2d10 plus your willpower stat.
All right, here we go. So it's not a bad roll at all. 16 willpower. Yeah, 17. No, wait, well, yeah, 17.
Okay. Actually, that's great for you, Fred. You have your rolls haven't been that good this arc,
I
but
know, yeah.
but this one counts. You actually don't go all over the
Okay.
place, and you are able to kind of zone yourself in, and you
So
see.
I will actually,
Yeah, go
oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, I will actually, the wallet, just let I hear Liz's voice in my head. I just let the wallet go. The hand comes over, grips the front of the Tommy gun, and suddenly that initial going all over the place, it just becomes lock solid, and I'll concentrate fire right into the doorway.
Okay. You're all standing there. It's kind of gone quiet. Everyone, the screaming, the cars, everything. In this moment, the guns cock. Robert is standing behind Ray, still trying to look, but Ray's kind of fighting him back. Liz, George with his kind of, should I not?
Of course you
He should.
should.
Fred, gun pointed. Ray, still gotta find another suit, but that doesn't matter right now. And this thing lets out that middle face, lets out this screech, but it still doesn't come out. And it looks like it's starting to retreat back up the steps. What do you do? Not coming outside for some reason.
I hope
It's
you're
not
not
coming out.
implying. I hope you're not implying that we should go after it.
No, not at all.
I'm like,
Not
I'm
at
like,
all.
good.
It's
not
just
coming
what
after
you
us, Fred.
said.
We should go. We should just run. We should just run.
Is
Ray's like, hell with that. Kill it now. It works. It works for Mr. Stone. It works for one of them. It works for Hogwart. I don't care. We're gonna have to fight it eventually. Let's kill it now.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Liz-
Maybe this is Hogwart. He looks like a Hogwart.
Liz calls out, Bob, get out of my way. Get out of my line of fire. It's not Roberto anymore. It's Bob.
Liz,
Or Robert. It's just Bob.
I thought we had something. As he just stands there in disbelief. Okay, what are you doing?
so So Ray, are you like charging towards it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Liz says, "Let's get out of here," and Ray's like, "No, of that. Take it now. We don't have to worry about later." You got to charge at it.
Uh,
I
Fred, are
I
you
mean, I
okay
should
with
be
this?
able to.
Died.
I should
Are
be
you?
able to just blast it with both barrels, like without moving. Actually, like it's right there in the doorway. I should be able to shoot it. I might take a step or two forwards as I'm blasting it,
Yeah,
but
sure. That that walking
I'm not
forward.
going to go like. I mean, if it
kind of
goes
thing.
like way up into the building, I'll have to rethink things. But I'm gonna definitely shoot it as much as I can without going into the building while it's before it moves away too far. So I don't know what I'm rolling.
Act under pressure.
Oh,
Coolness stat.
Okay, I got a 14.
14. Okay. As a kind of lack of a better word of description, kind of rolls itself kind of back up the steps. Banister and part of the wall kind of gets in the way as you're kind of going in with your shotgun. You are able to wound it a little bit, but most of the shots just chip the wall, or the walls pretty much stops the spray of shells from your shotgun. But you do hear it. Screech in pain. Yeah, you did do some harm, but how much you don't know. Fred, George, and Liz,
Right
what
on.
are you doing?
He's following. Well, she's following suit. If he fired, then she's opening up.
Open up. Okay.
So,
Yeah, we'll say this happens
yeah.
all at the same time.
I would also like to shoot him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shit. Okay.
Is that engage in combat or act under pressure?
Act under
Shoot.
pressure.
Act under pressure.
It's plus coolness, you said, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I have an 18.
Ooh,
Nice.
Okay, so Liz,
Lethal.
you see, we'll say Ray goes in. He has a little bit of trouble with his gun, but he's able to get off a few shells. You just, I just picture. Go ahead, explain what you do.
Who, Liz?
Yeah, Liz.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
With your very nice roll.
well.
Embellish.
So Bob's is directly in her line of fire again. She literally pushes him down. He falls down to his knees, and she literally puts her arm up and uses his shoulder as a way to
tripod.
steady. Yeah, uses him as a tripod, steadies the freaking submachine or the machine gun, and just lets it go. And Bob's gonna probably be deaf after this. But
He's the worst private investigator ever. He's definitely not Sam Spade at all. He's like Sam Spade's idiot cousin.
so I'm assuming it's gonna be like 20 round. Well, I don't know if it's a drum or whatever, but
Yeah.
I don't know how many rounds.
Yeah. If you want to empty it, that kind of falls under the multiple
she's just
targets. But this thing is so
freaking out.
big, right? It pretty much counts as it's gigantic, so it counts as multiple targets. So that's all right there. And then Fred.
So Fred, so I did do that initial. So I guess do I roll again for that initial kind of burst when he first popped up?
Oh, that's right. You already fired, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that
Okay. Yeah.
last?
No. That's in there too. George, I think you were the one that
Yeah, I
I
rolled
missed.
a 3.
Oops. Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
It was a 3 on the dice, +1, but -1 because of my ongoing injury. So
Ow, my back!
sorry, Ray. That was the god. He's a bitey boy.
Clearly.
Well, that's the thing, right? So with that particular, okay, so you try to act under pressure. There's a serious consequence. The GM makes a move in this particular one. So people out there who are new to KULT, anywhere from 9 or below, it's pretty much an epic fail. So then the GM kind of gets narrative control just a little bit. So you're trying to fire your gun. We'll say you kind of burn it up. You take your finger you put your finger on the trigger. The whispers get so loud. You're pointing the gun at your god. You were fine with it at first, but then you look into one of the other faces, and for some reason you just see the face of Sharon, your wife. Can't fire at this thing.
Can't shoot Sharon.
Can't.
She's the reason I'm doing this.
Reason you're doing this.
Yeah.
And the voices get louder. Please roll a keep it together.
All right, keep it together. That is not gonna be good.
Onyx, come here. I'm getting shot.
You're definitely getting.
Need to pet my dog.
It's a 7.
7?
Oh my
Okay.
You know,
God.
saying before the stream about me getting all the bad rolls out early.
Yeah. So
No.
you drop the gun. You
That's
can't do this. Your wife is part of this. Your wife is part of your wife. Is she the god?
I'm gonna start walking toward it with the gun on the ground, just walking toward this. I mean, Sharon. What's Sharon doing here?
It needs your. She's asking for your devotion and love. She requires a sacrifice. For you to go to her, she needs a sacrifice, George.
Whatever you need, Sharon. You just tell me what you need.
Flesh, of course, you hear in your brain, in your thoughts.
Is all of this happen simultaneously? Just out of curiosity.
This is
So
kind
is
of
he,
like
walking in front of my.
yeah. No, this is like the next round. You're done. You're firing. There's smoke coming
Oh, okay.
out of the end of your gun, and you just see George just kind of drop his gun, and he just starts walking toward the door.
Fred, what is he doing, Fred? What's George
George,
doing,
what
Fred?
the hell are you doing?
George, stop that, George.
I have to give Sharon what she needs.
Can
Sharon, it's not fucking Sharon up there. It's some freaking creature. Get back here.
I'll start
Can
walking
I-
right toward Liza.
can
Go ahead, Ray.
I just want to? Are you walking towards Liza? Or are you walking towards the flesh
Well,
creature?
I mean, I can't go to my god without a sacrifice. That's just.
Oh,
that's
you're
just-
going to
Oh,
Liza.
Jesus.
okay.
Here we go.
As George turns, as you're saying, like, get back here. Of course.
Oh,
He's
Christ.
got that look in his eye that you've seen before back at the studio.
Fred, this,
I'm
he's
gonna
got that look.
step
This is not
forward
good, Fred.
and, step forward.
She's
and
fumbling, trying to
crack-
get a new clip in.
and- crack him in the. I'm gonna crack him in the skull with the end of the Tommy gun, if I can.
Yes. Roll and engage in combat, Fred. You can
Okay.
roll a reflexes to avoid harm, George.
Okay. That's a 10.
I'm not shooting here.
No, just like
Hey, just bonking him
Yeah.
on the noodle.
Yeah, just to try and
Give him a
stun him or
concussion, if
not
you will.
bash him out of it.
Can't
All right,
worship your
so
deity if you can't see straight.
that is a 14, so just barely missed it.
no. That usually when I running with contested checks, not too many show up or
Oh,
in
okay.
cult game. So I usually just kind of go with who rolled the highest, and that was
Okay.
you. So as George tries to, you've seen that look in his eye before. He's trying to skin Liz, but you get in there. Don't think so, fucker! And you take the butt end of your of the weapon that you have, and George, you're knocked out.
George falls at Liz's feet. She goes, "What the hell is wrong with him?" She
much
looks
time
back
do
up
you
the
have?
stairs.
Fred will look at Liz and say, "It's that thing. It's got a hold on him."
What did Liz do to it? She shot it for
Yeah,
yeah.
empty the clip. So
Yeah.
Are you disappearing inside, Ray? You going in?
Ray is walking right up to the edge of the doorway, and if he still sees it, he's gonna just blast the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's kind of gone up on the landing where it kind of turns and goes
Okay.
back up, and it looks like it's looks like it's going up to the floor where you kind of started up about 3 floors up. It's still climbing the stairs.
I'm going to just go in and try and get another shot off on it. If I have to like step inside a little bit,
Sure.
I will.
Yeah,
I've been sort of tracking it and keeping up with it as much as possible.
Yeah, and I think I think this warrants just for you, Ray. Give me a 2d10 roll just based on perception. We're just doing it. We're doing an improvised roll here to see if you notice anything.
Sure.
2d10 plus
That
prep.
is my perception is +2, so that is a 16.
You notice as it's going upstairs and as the lights are flickering, anytime its form, a light comes on and any kind of light source, you just see there's a little bit of like burnt smoke that comes off. And anytime that happens, it goes this little
That's why it
screech.
didn't come outside. Okay, I'll put that. I'll store that away in the back of my mind, and I'm going to take. I'm just gonna try and blast the thing right in half.
Sure.
And it's coolness again.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. 19.
Oh,
Sweet.
nice.
Nice.
Excellent roll.
Yeah, and this one looks to be you get this thing right in its center. And one of the faces that kind of pop out, it just gets eviscerated, like just blown right off. And the thing screams in pain, and that kind of head face is kind of molded and sucked back in like Play-Doh as it just kind of all molds and melts around. And it slows down a little bit, actually, Ray. As it goes up and around the corner, you just see as it's leaving its trail of this black volcanic ash trail behind it, there's now some liquid falling down behind. Doesn't look like blood, but something like it.
Like, what is like Gray's not. This is all we're all out of our league here with the magic of this or the supernatural element. But in terms of what our characters understand, like does Ray have any sense at all about I'm thinking of the park, right? At the lake, like we were in the middle of fighting monsters, and there were people walking by, and they were clearly not seeing anything. They were waving to us, and they were just, not in the same perceptional frame that we were in, right?
Yeah.
And does I mean, Ray has to assume that all of this shooting and all this stuff, like the police are going to come soon. Or does he? Or is he going to be thinking, everyone's just going to be walking by and, thinking
Well,
this is just normal?
in this particular scene, you see that everyone has reacted, and there's
Oh.
been such a through these sessions, like hours have gone by, but it's only really been like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. This hasn't been enough kind of in-game real world time. So in this particular thing, you think, the authorities should show up soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Ray's not going to be able to do anything to help his mother or Joan or Sharon or anybody from inside of a cell. And he's probably not headed for a jail cell. He's probably headed for a padded cell. So he's thinking he's not going to chase this thing up 3 flights of stairs to some, like, that's, I think he's not. So he kind of like lowers the shotgun, just cocks it, and turns and looks back at his colleagues to see what the hell they're doing. And he looks right at Robert, who hasn't like done anything in this fight, and just sighs. It's like, I thought Private Dix was supposed to be cool. I'm really disappointed.
Speaking of Robert,
It was a new career.
after Liz empties her clip and then she sees that Ray's moved forward, put another round in the thing as it's going up the stairs. She looks down to Robert, and she's he's obviously deaf after she's unloaded the entire clip right next to his head. And she's like screams at Robert, come here! I want you to sit right here. And she has him sit on top of George. Don't let him move. You hear me? Don't let him move.
He shakes his head very violently.
Okay, Fred.
Get
What's
up.
next?
The car these goons showed up in. Is that serviceable?
Yeah. The engine's still
All
like,
Still on. So I'll be like, we got wheels. Let's get the hell
Oh.
out of here.
Well, then, does somebody got? Does anybody have any handcuffs? Wait a minute. Robert's got him. I know he does. He's a private dick, right?
You know what? This is just role playing Fred, so don't listen to me. But if Fred looks and goes, leave him. I'll put a
Sure.
bullet in him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping
Fred,
Ray
you know
hears
I
this.
can't do that.
Uh,
It's
All
just,
right,
it's just out of his head.
Ray.
Then
Okay.
put him in the trunk.
God.
That's fine. That's okay. We just need to.
Ray kind of grabs Fred. Says, "Give your head a shake, man. We're fighting monsters. That thing did something to his brain. Okay, he thinks he's some kind of god. Did some kind of hocus pocus on his brain. All right.
No, I know that, but we
Get in
can't
the
trust
front.
him.
You two get in the front. I'll get in the back with George. And if anything happens to him, I'll make him go to Nappy Land. Okay."
All right.
That's good to me.
I'll jump in.
Liz rushes over to the car, takes a shotgun. I am not driving. Just want to point that out. I am not driving.
Fred will drive. He gets in.
all right. And as you folks are kind of all piling into the car, sorry I wasn't paying attention. What did you guys do with Robert?
Oh,
Ray's
No,
happy to leave him behind. He's a loser.
I'm assuming it's up to him. I'm assuming he gets in the car, but
I whisper into his ear. I don't know if he's hearing any of it. But, wait for me here. I'll be back. And then blows a little kiss in his ear. And then jumps in the car.
And where did you put George?
George is in the back seat, I believe, right?
Yeah. Ray
Yeah.
Ray is in the back seat with George, and if he does anything crazy, Ray will be able to like give him a little knuckle sandwich.
Okay. All right. So as you folks are kind of piling in the car, Ray, you do hear the wah 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 kind of British UK police sounds in the back in California, and sounds like the authorities are coming to the
All right,
scene.
we're gonna take a side street, alley, whatever. Get out of here.
Yeah, Fred, you just drive. No destination in mind, just to get the heck out of
That's right.
Dodge, I think the saying is. And wherever you go, that's where you end up. Somewhere far from here, but still around LA, whether it's at the outskirts or some alley or just some other oddball street where you park the car far away from here. You end up wherever you need to go.
Okay.
We
Maybe
still
we'll
have
drive
no
up
idea where we're going.
the-
We got to find
Well,
Hogwarts.
I'll pull up. We'll get out of the town for like we'll just kind of drive for a good 15, 20 minutes. Maybe go up to the Griffith Observatory up in the hills. Just kind of park overlooking the city, where there are no other cars, and just
Yep.
and shut the car off, and just kind of all the adrenaline goes. Pull out a cigarette. What
Yeah,
the hell are we
and
gonna do now?
yeah, and by this time, George is starting to slightly come back to reality here.
What happens? You get ready, Ray, just in case he's still crazy.
What happened? Why does my head hurt? Where are we?
You-
Oh God, is
you don't-
is Liza driving?
Oh, you're
No,
mute,
you
Chris.
don't. You don't remember anything.
I remember we saw that Hogwart guy, and then something was coming out of the building, and then next thing you
Coming
know,
at
I'm
me.
here.
You came at me, and you were gonna make me a sacrifice to whatever fucking god you believe in. Do you understand that?
I wouldn't do that. It's nuts.
Ray, we have any left? Hooch left, please. Is there anything in the car? Is there any left?
My jaw hurt.
You smashed it all up when you crashed the car.
Oh wait,
I
this is
crashed.
their
Oh, damn! I'm no better than Liza.
this is the goons' car. They must have a bottle. Check the glove box.
She fumbles through
Goons.
it, tries to find something. Maybe she finds a small little like fifth with like a little dribble left
Yeah.
in there. She
Definitely.
sucks in it. Yeah, because she is an absolute wreck right now. So yeah.
You do find
My jaw hurt.
you do find a little dirty flask in the glove compartment, and George is just like, "Fucking jaw hurt."
I gotta stop driving then if I'm. Oh, jeez, man. If I hope we still got a car though. At least that's good. Where are we going?
Ray is just like slumped, sitting on the bumper of the car, like kind of half in the trunk, half on the bumper. He just says to George, "It's like we don't know where we're going. We don't have any leads. All of
Give me
this guy's
those.
goons got killed. I didn't even bring the private detective with us. He might have known something. We left him in the street."
What about those papers you got? The letters.
I can start looking through them.
Let's divvy them up. Let's see if there's anything in them that could be useful. Look for addresses, postage, things like that. Maybe there's another place where we can find this guy.
Is there anything of note?
Yeah, well, you go through the rest of the letters. There's about 3 others that are between Emmanuel Pickett and Christian Stalker, and each one in successive dates just gets more like, "Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I'm offering an opening here. Just come to Las Vegas. I'm here for you." But besides that, there's nothing really much in the letters. But Fred, you remember you picked up a wallet from off one of the guys, and it had a business card in it.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh yeah, you posted that in Discord. Yeah. Okay. I'll just leaf through. What's the card say?
It's Howart's Collectibles, guns, ammunition, and old-time weapons of history. And there's an address
Interesting.
and a phone number too.
I guess normally I would go, what would that have to do with it? That's just whatever. This guy collects guns, but then I go Gladius. So suddenly I think of the Gladius, and I'm like, I wonder if this is where that sword came from. Since we got nothing, maybe it's worth checking out. We can at least stock up again.
It's that same guy's name too. Hogarth, Hogwart, whatever.
All right. Well,
Yeah, the address you look at where it is in LA, but it's up in Beverly Hills.
okay. Well, let's we'll take a breather. We'll take we'll just kind of take 10, 15 minutes to recompose ourselves, and then have a couple of cigarettes, pass around that bottle, and then
Cool.
Liz has
and I
already
guess
drained it. Yeah, thanks. She already has.
Fred Gross
Jesus,
did.
Liz, you didn't save anything for anyone else.
There wasn't much in the first place.
I'm thinking this would be a good time for Ray to roll guilt.
Sure.
Feels like he's screwed up and he's despairing that he's gonna save his mom.
Fred,
And
you can roll yours too. Greed.
Guilt? I'm not feeling guilty about it.
No.
Sorry, what it?
I'll
Any
get you to roll your greed if you don't mind. Your greed to disadvantage
oh.
because that your thought went like the Gladius was supposed to be your lottery ticket out of here, and now you're just like we're gonna, Do you want
Actually, to be honest, it didn't cross my mind at all that we'll be giving it to this guy. But what I entered my mind was, I'm sure he can appraise it, and I'll understand the true value.
Exactly.
But I rolled really good, unfortunately. No. I got a 16 plus. Sorry, this is cool.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You keep your greed in check.
Yeah.
How's Ray feeling?
I got a 12.
Okay. For a 12 on yours. In your mind, you from last session, you know you punched George and you knocked him out. George, you've been actually getting beat up a lot. I'm just thinking about that now.
George has clearly got like CTE in the last like 2 days.
George is basically a Lindros at this point. He's just Eric Lindros. He just is like
taking the
absolutely
concussion after concussion.
Yeah. Just
But for you, it's just like you can't like you're living this mind state of it wasn't George. You clocked your mom in the jaw. You broke her jaw. And your question before about how does Ray handle this reality between kind of do you believe in what's there, or is it just normal to is this the new normal? And I'd say you're having with this role, you're having trouble starting to have trouble distinguishing between what's real and what's not. Like, did you punch George or did you punch your mom? And the guilt of just not knowing if anyone's safe or even if you're safe is it's there in your mind.
Yeah.
So maybe this can come up in, if a split second decision comes up, do I pump this thing full of lead? Do I punch it? It could be your mom. You don't know.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think that would come out as a doubt kind of going forward as you kind of deal with what's going on around you. Is that okay?
Yeah. He's just kind of muttering to George, just kind of under his breath. He's like, I don't know, George, you always thought you saw something in me, but I ain't good for nothing, George. I ain't good for nothing. I ain't good enough for nothing.
Oh, come on, Ray. You can't say that. Well, look, we had a rough couple of days. We've wrecked 3 cars, apparently. I mean, apparently I shouldn't be driving, but Ray, and I'll put a hand on your shoulders. If there's one person I need in this situation, it's going to be you, buddy. I see something in you, and I wouldn't lie to you. I mean, maybe it's the multiple concussions talking, but at this point, let's just finish. Let's find out where we got it going. He like pops his jaw back in a little bit.
For my end, that actually sounded like a real pop, and I just went, ugh.
Yeah, come on, man. Clearly, I can't fight for shit. I keep waking up in random cars. I got stabbed.
All right. I guess we gotta see this thing through. We gotta see this thing through.
We gotta see this thing through. Come on, for Sharon.
Goes,
Yeah.
would you shut up about Sharon?
We
fact-
only got our reasons for doing this.
In fact, oh yeah. In fact, I think we're in this mess because of Sharon. I think you blabbed your mouth about what we were doing with Pickett to your wife, and you know why she married you? Because Pickett told her to. Cripes, I've even had her.
And at that moment, George is gonna take a swing at Fred.
So
Jesus.
I get a stability back because I've revealed to
Oh my
George.
Is this a game
Oh.
to you?
I get a stability back too because I had a heart to heart with George. I just remembered that you can. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice heart to heart.
Nice. Okay. And
Liz is going to try to intercede here before he takes a swing.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I'm gonna
she'll get
as soon as you say,
push-
Fred, are you next to me or are you in the front seat?
I'm in the front
Oh,
seat,
no,
so
I
I'm
would-
kind
I
of.
would-
we stopped the car.
no.
We're like
Oh,
we're all
okay,
hanging
okay,
around
right,
outside
yeah.
the car.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, we're out of the
like,
car, so I would have been.
Oh, we're
short
out of the car.
Fred.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's a different
yeah.
story.
I would have been in your face. Yeah.
I'm
We're on
sure.
top
I
of
was like,
Mulholland.
Fred, walk it
I'll
off.
just
She
grab
gets in
you around
front.
the waist, just try to drop you, and just ground and pound into the dirt.
We'll go rolling. Hopefully not down the
God.
hills. But
Liz
And
looks
that's
up.
how
She's
Fred dies.
children. They're all children.
Can
Get
I
up off the
roll?
ground.
Did
For the
roll
love.
just try to just like punch Fred in the face?
I might do another one of my do another one of my little dramatic hooks here.
Sure.
While that's happening and they're scrapping, Ray's just looking down at them just disgustedly and walks up beside Liz and just says, "Listen, I don't mean nothing by this, but I swear to God, when all this is over, if we somehow live through this and you wind up back with Fred, I swear to God, I'll kill you myself."
For the love, would you get them off each other? We gotta get out of here. We need to find this Mr. Hogwarts or whatever his name is, whatever his. We don't have any more time.
He
I
looks
can't deal with this. She takes out and flicks it. We can't deal with this anymore. Fred, get off of him. Get up.
But
Ray's
wait,
giving you
wait.
this narrow look, and he just says, "I'm serious. When this is over, you take Joan and you get your ass back into acting. I seen you years ago in a toothpaste commercial. You were really good. You got something. You do that, Fred is a loser, and he ain't gonna do nothing for you but bring you down and ride your coattails."
Fred gets to his tried to
Ray,
push
it's just very
George
sweet
Wait,
of
away.
you to say.
hold on. Liz, at this point, I'd like you to roll your disadvantage, please. You are.
Oh shit! Here we go. Here we go. Oh no.
Ray's getting on something here.
Uh-huh.
Feel a little flushed.
And he's not like coming on to her.
No,
He's
no.
like, he's just saying like,
Subtle innuendo.
I'll kill you myself.
Oh Christ! All right.
No. That's always a good sign.
Uh-oh.
That was a 9. Okay,
Ooh.
so
Not a good sign.
Okay.
And
I'll
this
leave
is
it
when the
up to
wheels
you,
come off,
GM.
y'all.
But oh my god,
The wheels were on.
I think they're really coming
All
on.
right. So a strong desire is awakened in one or several people. And all right. So it actually it's like the little rolling fight match here on the ground, and what Fred just did just pretty much falls into what this disadvantage is saying. So I always say, the dice always tell. All right. Fred, you hear this. You hear Ray, and you hear the tone of his voice and the way he's talking to Elizabeth. You, even though she is your ex-wife, you get just extremely jealous right now. And Ray, there's 3 holds on this one, so that's 1.
Oh God.
Ray, Liz gives you this look. You were testing the waters, but it looks like she might be receiving these things that you were saying to her, and
Oh man.
it just ignites this feeling, the feelings you have that are inside, and they come out as a fire. And you see Fred just kind of pop up. What you saying, motherfucker? And I'll save the other hold for. Well, actually, yeah, I'll save the hold. I'll just see what happens here. Continue.
All right. Well, I'll try to extricate myself from George. Do George and I have to make rolls, or is that just?
Nah, you guys play that out fine. Just it depends on what George wants to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. If he's on me, then
George was aiming to tackle you first and foremost.
okay. Well, so we'll
And
be
then-
struggling. So once we
Yeah.
struggle around, are you willing to break?
Yeah, I'm willing to break.
Okay, I'll push you
'Cause I'd
back.
say as
Get up.
he goes like take a swing at you, he just starts coughing up a lung again.
What did you say, you son of a bitch? And he'll now start. Once he gets to his feet, he'll start marching towards Ray. You might think you're some tough guy, but I've taken down tougher guys than you. Liz, in the car.
Liz takes.
Ray said,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
"Oh, well, Ray is going to answer the question. He's going to say, I got nothing to hide. I said you were a loser, and she'd be an idiot if she stayed with you when all this is over."
Yeah. Liz looks at both of you. She takes one last puff of her cigarette, flicks it off, says, "You want me to get in the car? Fine, I'll get in the car." She walks over to the car, gets in the driver's seat, starts it up, and drives off. Leaves you all there.
Don't worry, she won't get far. I've seen her drive.
Liz, where you get back here? And we yell. So
She just leaves him, drives around the block, kind of gives it a little while, lets them stand there, wondering what the hell they're going to do.
Does she drive around the block? Does she, though?
I'm going to use my last hold.
Oh,
here we go.
You're pissed, Liz. You're pissed. You don't
really? Oh my god!
Yeah, you're super pissed.
We're on Mulholland Drive. You're going to go right over the cliff.
Oh, shit. Okay, that'll be par for course with her and driving.
oh my god!
All right, you tell me what's going on.
Yeah, so you had. Yeah, I'll just use the last hold and just say you said you come back, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you would just keep on driving.
So, do I remember where we were supposed to be going next exactly, or roughly? Because
yeah, you might have saw the when Fred was kind of going through the wall that.
I did say it aloud. He would have said it aloud. So
yeah, it was like such and such a street address, Beverly Hills, yada yada yada.
Okay, so I guess I'm assuming she knows. Well, I don't know if she knows the streets, but she's going to try to go to that address. If she doesn't know it, she's going to get a map somewhere and
yeah, that's fine.
Just go.
Yeah, you'll eventually end up there. The question is, what's happening back at the observatory?
Hotwire a car.
No cars up here.
Car number 4.
Well,
down the hill. Down the hill.
Probably wait for 5 minutes and then 10 minutes, and that's like, she's not coming back, is she? See what you did? I'll step towards Ray.
I will step in to defend Ray.
Yeah, I'm like,
bring it 2-on-1, is it?
Bring it, tough guy. Come on. I'll even let you use that dumb sword of yours that you're so fond of.
Leave his dick out of this, will you?
I said sword,
I'll try to stand between the two of you and be like, look,
I said sword, not pencil.
How far of a walk? So we're thinking, he's been to LA a few times, probably been up here in the hills a few times. How far of a walk is it to the closest?
We'll say just for theatrical effects, about an hour.
Okay. So Fred just takes his head, turns, and starts walking.
Walk of shame.
Is there? I'm gonna. Is there like sort of public garbage cans up here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the garbage bag out of a garbage can and like dump all the garbage back into the can, just so I have it like an empty bag, and like chuck whatever weapons and stuff we got in there, so they're not just like openly carrying guns.
You work for the city. You're taking out the trash. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So it does take 3 of you a good hour to walk down the side of this mountain.
Yeah. Well, while we're walking, so the first 30 minutes is probably silence, just pissed off, angry.
Yeah.
And then the last, probably feet are tired, walking for a bit, tempers have kind of fell down. Like,
you haven't slept in a few days.
What the hell are we going to do about this thing? How, and I'll turn to George. How are you going to make sure that I don't know, the next time we run into this, you don't become all cult like?
Look, I can't promise anything.
No, you have to, because when you're in that mindset, you're gonna kill one of us. You understand, George?
I understand. Trust me. I'm trying to
Would you-
fight
So
whatever this thing is. I don't. Whatever happened back at the studio, trying to stab Liza. Whatever just happened there. Look. I told you there's weird shit going on, and by now you gotta believe me, okay? I've told you there's shit I saw
I
during the
believe.
war that you wouldn't believe, and you want to tell me to try to fight that stuff? I'll tell
No,
you what.
that's it.
I'll tell you what,
That's it.
Fred.
No, that's it, George. The war. Think back. You must have been in some tight situations. You must have been in situations where you've been ordered to charge the enemy line, not knowing whether you're going to live or die. You had to put yourself in a mindset, didn't you? You had to put everything else aside and just focus on the task.
That's
Think back
true.
to the war. Think back to the war, George.
Well, they told me during the war I was some kind of a genius escaping those life threatening situations.
Well, we need that genius now because as much as well, as much as we've had our problems, I guess we're brothers in arms, aren't we? By now, hold out a hand.
I'll take that hand and say, if things go sideways and it's not looking good, just make it quick, Fred.
I will extend the hand to Ray. No hard feelings, big fella
Ray,
or big guy, I would say.
yeah, Ray kind of sheepishly takes Fred's hand, and he says, "For the record, you were busy tussling. I wasn't trying to make moves on Liz. I was just trying to tell her that she should be an actress. She doesn't need you and your shenanigans getting in her way. But whatever."
Yeah, I know you're right. As I turn and keep
Let's go get her.
walking.
Let's go get
Let's
her
go
back.
find. Let's go find her.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So the first kind of payphone or whatever we get to,
Yep.
we'll order a cab or something
Sure.
to get us to that store. But Liz is hopefully we'll catch up with her.
Sure. No problem. All right, Liz.
Hmm.
Camera fades to you. And you find yourself driving through the very nice mansion areas of Beverly Hills. And you get to the address that you heard Fred recite. And this place is a mansion. It looks like a home, must be this person's home. And it's located in a very, very nice area of Beverly Hills. The homes are large, very luxurious. And this particular one, it's surrounded by a high wall from the street. It is surrounded by a high wall that from the street only leaves the upper floor and some treetops visible. And you notice that there, as you kind of, I suppose you drive by to kind of scope out the place. You drive. Scientology. You drive by and you notice that there's. You remember back when you were kind of parked at the art studio, there was this gray Chrysler that made a beat around before stuff went crazy. That car's there. You see a couple figures that look like the ones from before, and they're packing. Look like they're standing at the front gate, walking kind of back and forth, and the front gate's closed as you drive by.
And where's the car in relation? Or is the car alongside the road near the
inside.
gates? It's inside, and they're
Inside
standing
gates.
outside of the gates, basically guarding.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she's gonna drive all the way around and kind of look for any other entrance that's not the front gate.
Okay. You drive around the place, and you really this wall that surrounds the place. It's a 3-meter high wall uh, crowned with like wrought iron motif, and yeah, no, there's no. The only you drive around, you scope out the place. It looks like the only way in is the front.
So she kind of gets around one. She doesn't make a full all the way around. She just gets to the corner where she should be making a right to go into the gate. She just pulls over right there for a moment and just puts it in park. And so I'm looking to speak to Howard about exactly again. Sorry,
Say that again.
trying to remember exactly what she's trying to get with this Howard person about. So you got information or something?
From everything you're able to kind of gather, just from the history that's kind of happened, you know that the people that were did the massacre at the art studio were Howart's men, and the people who crashed in the back of you, those were the same people. They're trying to take you out.
She just sits there. She just lights up a cigarette. Why the fuck am I even coming? Why are we even coming here? They were trying to kill us in the first place.
From the notes from like even Robert Morin, it looks like this was the second person, or it looked like there was multiple people after this Christian stalker, and besides Pickett trying to open arms and come here, this other guy looked like this Howard. From all the kind of investigations and what you've kind of come up to now, it's like this guy must have stalker. So this is when the effects of the kind of disadvantage hold kind of fade away, and you come to your senses and be like, "Oh fuck, shouldn't have left them there."
For the boys, she says to herself, "I'm just gonna have to go back and get the boys." Shit. Fuck.
Well, would they come? Well, that's you have a thought too. Like, would they actually, would they try to come to find you because they think they know where you're going, but do they really?
I'm assuming that she would think automatically he already knows the address, so they're going to want to come here anyway, right? Well, at least that's what she's thinking.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to go ahead and sort of make my way back a little bit, see if I can find them coming.
Okay. Yeah. No, there's been enough time. You kind of drive your way out of this rich neighborhood, and eventually you see a cab goes by you on the other side, and you see the 3 goons there of yours in that car as they drive by.
She immediately does a U-turn right behind him and just follows him.
Yeah.
Stupid sons of... I swear to God. Right. And yeah.
Cool. All right. So the other 3, you're able to, I assume you hailed the cab. You drive up to this place, and you might, you're all not dressed that nice, right? You've been pulled through the dirt. You've been beat up. You've been punched, and just like a nice ragtag group. Elizabeth is looking sultry as ever. Maybe a little bit. I don't even know. I don't even know if
in a very Tarzan Jane kind of way. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I don't even remember if the turn signal was dislodged. I think it was, but
yeah, we got rid of that with the healer or whatever.
But, yeah. But eventually, you all, the 3 of you, get out of the cab. That car pulls up behind, and you see Liz sitting there she's looking at you. You 3 are looking at her.
We sorted things out.
She waves back over. She's come on.
Fine, but you're not driving.
Huh?
Well, we're in
Also,
front.
so you're not
Are you
driving
boys
there.
done? She leans her head out the window. Are you boys done? You done with
We
the
are.
stuff?
Is
Get in the
this the
fucking car.
place? Wait, is this the place on the card?
I think so, but there's two goons out front, and I recognize the car that's behind the gate back there. It smashed to that. Well, the previous car I crashed. I didn't crash this one though. You should be proud. Get in the car. Don't want them to see you.
Why not? Maybe we should just walk right up and ask for a meeting.
These guys are both packing. Are you ready for that?
We're packing too.
George like straighten his tie a little bit. Yeah. Think about time. If we're not ready now, I
Hold
don't
it.
think
Wait.
we're gonna be.
Is there like is there like just it's just Ray just holds up a finger, goes, "Hang on a second. This reminds me of a job I did." Looks at he's looking at the street to see if there's any like city maintenance hatches or any like sewer tunnels or utility tunnels or anything, like if there's a gas main that goes under the wall or anything like that.
Sure.
God.
Definitely. There's a sewer. You're able, not in front of the property because that would be ugly. You have to go around to the side in the bushes.
Hmm.
Because where this place is situated, it's not one of those kind of small neighborhoods where it's like home. Like these
Yeah.
are up in the hills. It's
Oh,
like one mansion on a mountain, another mansion on a mountain, and
right.
yeah, cover all around. It's this place, doesn't want attention. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, well, like we might be able to find a spot that's like secluded around the side of the building and just jump over the wall then. I mean, they can't be watching the whole wall, the whole
Give
perimeter.
give me an observe a situation, Ray.
Hmm. Yeah, just trying to find a sneaky way in, just in general. Observe a situation. That is a 15, exactly.
Okay, you get 2 questions about this current environment. Feel free to ask 2.
How many people are guarding the perimeter?
Okay. You're able to kind of find a position where you could kind of look. You'd have to stay there for about a good probably hour to kind of get the details of the people on patrol. Did you want to do that? You definitely
Yeah,
see you
if I don't get another question, then yeah.
you definitely see 2
Okay.
at the front gate.
Okay. So like casing around the edges, really it's like rough idea of how defended this place is. That's the first question. I can't like re-ask that, but I'll give it like more, make it broader. And then the second question, sort of broadly speaking, is what's a good way to enter this place unobserved? So I
Sure.
kind of had the tunnel idea, if there was a maintenance tunnel that went under or a storm drain,
Yeah, sure.
and then I had the idea of going over the wall somewhere where it's not being watched.
Yeah, sure. That was it. Like for an example, kind of overarching question would be like, what can I use to my advantage? That could fall under like, where can I go in, or what can I
Oh
do
yeah, I forgot
for a
that there
distraction?
was specific questions, that there was a list of questions you could ask. I was
Oh,
freestyling the
yeah.
questions.
Hey, that's no problem. And
I was freestyling.
yeah, that's no problem. You don't have to stick to those questions.
Oh, okay.
It's like a general, but yeah, you're in the ballpark, no problem.
Okay.
There's 2 things. You do find that there is around the back, as you're kind of scoping around. You do find that there is a pretty old sewer looking. It's all filled with brambles and thorny bushes, and it looks like you look down and in. It looks like it goes toward the place, or on the map I shared in the chat, there is a garage off to the side that they seem to be going in and out of. If you could set that on fire, it would be a nice distraction.
Oh, I like the fire idea. I really like the fire. I love the idea of lighting something on fire.
And it's,
Um,
I know I remember at some point you guys made a bunch of Molotov cocktails. Unless I'm thinking of another scenario I read
we
some
did,
other
we
time.
did, we did make Molotov cocktails. Now, as long as uh, Stalker isn't in the garage being held prisoner there, uh, that would
Knowing
be bad.
Ray being Ray, probably not. If he is as coveted as these two high end, influential figures, everybody seems to want this guy. They wouldn't.
Mhm.
Ray would know that they wouldn't keep him in some outside garage. He would feel safe with that.
So, all right. So, so on this map, so there's the the northeast corner, the wall. There's trees by the wall. So Ray's little plan with his observe a situation is going to be he's going to sneak in and try and light that garage on fire, or toss Molotovs over, lighting the garage on fire, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone climbs the wall where it's hidden by those trees,
Yep.
and we get in that way.
Sure.
Uh, and yeah, so I'm just gonna run that by the group. Like, all right, so what do you think? We get to light stuff on fire. We get to sneak in all quiet, like, get in the house.
All right, fine. Genius. You have a plan for us to get inside the house. What are we gonna do when we get in
Kill everybody.
there? Kill everybody.
That
What
sounds
you
good
good
to
at,
me.
Ray?
Everybody except Hogwarts or whatever his name is.
Or fuck it, we kill Hogwarts too.
No.
No, we
He's
need
got to. We're
we
going
need
to
the
kill him for
stalker.
sure, but he needs to answer some questions, and he might be the only one who knows where Stalker is. Maybe they've got him inside. I mean, that's quite possible. If he was at the art gallery, maybe they got him.
All right, well, let's get moving then. You want to light some shit up? Let's light it up.
Okay, so
I am not trying to crawl over that wall in this dress.
Well, you got to get over the wall.
Fred,
I'll boost you up.
fine.
Chat wants you to throw her up over the wall.
So, is there? Sorry, I don't know if you said it, but at the top of the wall are there those spiky things?
Yeah,
You said that.
yeah, it looks more like a
All right,
wrought,
yeah.
like a wrought iron motif.
Yeah.
is the
All right.
cab still here?
No.
Oh no, we sorry, but we do have the car that Liz had.
Yes.
If Ray goes into opens up the trunk of the car and like pulls out his stiletto knife and just like cuts out the carpet in the bottom of the trunk, and just so he's just got this
Smart.
great big piece of like cardboard
Oh,
and like bottom of trunk and upholstery, and just hands that to one of the guys.
that's just genius. Just genius.
Takes out a cigarette and lights it, shrugs his shoulders. he's got these Molotov cocktails under his arm and a slit cigarette. And he's just walking down.
You know, Fred, we are gonna orphan Joan here. We don't. Swear to God.
I'd rather orphan her than have her have something happen to her because of us. If we don't get Stalker, Pickett is going to follow through with his threat. I know it. He's that type of guy. So, but if
Like
we
I told you
die,
before, Fred. I told you before, Fred. George has seen it. I've seen it. Emmanuel Pickett is not human. He is some sort of creature.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Fine,
I mean,
fine. Let's
but doesn't
let's
matter
go.
what he is, I'm going to kill him. So we'll throw this piece of carpet up over
Okay.
and clamber up over the yeah. So put it over the spike things and then clamber up over.
I was wondering why
Yeah,
you
leave
Ray.
it
Liz is
there
trying
for
to
George.
shoo you up.
I was wondering why Ray was doing that. I'm like, why is he getting the carpet out of a pack? Oh, that makes sense
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah,
for
yeah,
putting
yeah.
over the thing. Yeah,
Oh,
these
Ryan
guys
doesn't
got
commit
it. They
crime.
understood. The people who needed to understand understood.
You can go away now, Ryan. You can
Ray's
just go over
gonna
there.
light. He's a. That's not what I meant. Well, it's kind of what I meant. But anyway, Ray's lighting the garage on fire, and he's gonna. Hopefully, the thing will still be on the fence, so he can get over.
All right, roll and act under pressure, please. See how successful Ray is at this endeavor.
He's gonna light himself on fire. Oh God. That is a 14.
Okay, you are able to get. You need at least 3. You're able to kind of get those off. The third one, you kind of drop on the ground, and the flame almost kind of goes up your pant leg, but you're like, fuck. You make noise, and you're kind of able to kind of pat it out. But you hear, hey, someone's outside on the perimeter. Go check it out. And you hear the front gate go mechanically start to open. You see 2 guys come around the corner with Tommy guns.
Oh well, this is
I gotta get gigs up.
well. They see Ray. They don't see you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they come out. The front one's like, "Hey, you! What the fuck you doing?"
Did I have time to hide or do anything or?
On a 14, this is the complication happening right now.
Oh, this is the complication.
Yeah.
Ray, in a split second, is thinking, well, I'm here to make a distraction. Shooting these guys is going to make a lot of noise. It's going to be a distraction. So I'm going to blow them away.
Okay.
Actually, they say, hey, what are you doing here? He's like, so I've got the garbage bag, like the shotgun in the garbage bag. And I just say, and I've got my I love LA thing. I kind of look a little bit like a bum. So I'm like, city maintenance. I'm just here cleaning up the streets. And, it's like one of them, whatchamacallits, community service things. And, yeah, I was trying to light up my smoke, and by the G's, I lit my pants on fire. And,
he's the guy from the art studio. Waste him.
Oh no! Oh no!
All right. So the complication was that you were caught. So I'll give you. Go ahead. You as you're kind of saying that, you kind of get closer. You assume you're like, it's not nighttime, and the guy on the left is like, "That's the guy from the art studio." And yeah, the guy on the other side just gets his gun ready. Woohoo! All right, roll away, buddy.
All right. This is when I'm gonna really want a good roll here. I got a 16.
Nice.
Yes.
Was that your shotgun?
That was the shotgun.
Okay. All right. That is going to be loud. Here. There's the.
But the garage is on fire, right? I did succeed in
Yes.
that with the. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You hear commotion kind of in the back. There's more people coming out. They're looking. It's almost like it's a very chaotic scene. They're screaming like, get some buckets, and they're trying to get. They're trying to establish some kind of fire put out effort, but it's not happening too fast right now. So from your shotgun, are you? I suppose you're just doing all right. So you pretty much blast with a complete success on your roll. The guy who was taking his gun up, you completely just blow him. He's on the ground. He's dead.
Sweet.
But the other one gets his gun up and he starts firing.
Uh-oh.
And for that, please roll and avoid harm. As you just hear the sound of the Tommy
Avoid
gun.
harm. What is the mod? Depending on what the modifier is, I succeeded, but
Plus reflexes.
oh, yeah, I did get a 15. Nice.
Okay,
7,
cool.
7.
All right, yeah.
+1.
You completely just get out of the way. Awesome.
Damn.
Others, you hear all the commotion. You see
Nice.
the car garage. The roof of it is in flames. You see that 4 of them have kind of came out. People are coughing. They got rags over their mouth, and they're just trying to get organized.
Nice.
What are you doing?
Gigs up.
Do we got a clean shot on them from where we're hiding?
Totally.
Yeah, I'll shoot one.
Okay, roll away.
14 plus
Coolness.
+1, so 15 minus 1, so 14.
14. Okay. Yeah.
Is
No.
the ongoing critical wound.
Yeah, your complication for that, you are able to kind of take one down, but the rest kind of point in your kind of general direction, and they know you're there. Others.
Ray, now would be a good time to do that thing you do.
Liz and Fred, are you still concealed, or what's your plan?
Yeah, so I know you're showing us the entire map, but
What thing is that? I don't know what thing you're talking about.
The murder thing.
Oh, yeah, right. Way ahead of you.
would I see the doors into the actual house?
Oh yeah, big, massive double doors, and there's this kind of like a portico that's in the front. I don't have an image of that, but it pretty much
Yeah.
it's in the front and it wraps around the right hand side. It is very grand, very luxurious, and it'd be like, this is this guy's castle, and you're invading.
Yeah. These windows look big, right?
Yeah, they are.
All right. How many goons are left?
Seems like there's more goons coming out of the house, so it's adding
right.
to the total. So you're
we
probably seeing like 5 or 6 now.
We could very quickly get outnumbered here. I don't know how many of them there are. So running towards, break from cover, running, shooting while running. But my main target is one of these big windows. I'm going to run right into the house. That's my goal.
Okay, roll and act under pressure to see if in this chaos and
I want to get in and try and, if
Yeah.
we can get the main guy and take him prisoner.
Yep.
Or hostage, then not too bad. Act under pressure is cool, so that's my good stat, but that's a 14. I just missed it by 1.
14. Okay, yep. You are able to take your gun on the west side of the property. You are able to blast through one of the windows, but one of the guys sees you and they take their gun in your direction and they just unload as you jump through the window. Give me an avoid harm, please. That is your 2d10 plus reflexes.
I think you gave me a bonus of +1 earlier.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use it on this roll.
Sure.
That's good. So 5th. No, hold on. I need to check the die. Oh no, that's not good. All right, I thought that was a 10, but it's a 1. So it's 6. Oh, 7.
7. Oh, ouch. Okay, so basically for this, anyone, because we have a few new people in chat, in the system of KULT, you roll 2d10 at a stat. 1 through 9 is a fail. 10 through 14 is a pass with complication, and 15 and above is total pass. So what Fred just kind of rolled here is a GM special. And just give me 1 sec here. Ray just had to reset his stuff, so I'm going to put him back. There he is. Perfect. And okay, so you just took too much time aiming the gun, putting it out the window, and trying to be sneaky and all of that, and it caught up with you. This guy who unloaded it gets you, Fred, and it gets you good. So I'll get you to roll an injury, please. So this is going to be 2d10 plus your fortitude -3. So he pulled the George. He just unloaded everything.
All right. All right, 40. Oh. 8. Yeah, so that'd be a 9.
Right in the back, straight in the back, right in your spine. That's just the spray of just the bullets from this gun. They get you, Fred. But it's always a player's choice. You can take a serious wound and fall unconscious just because due to all the blood loss, or you can take a critical wound, but you may continue to act, or you can choose to die at this exact moment.
Oh,
Serious?
That's a
Seriously?
choice.
That's written in the rules?
Yes,
Wow.
sir.
wow.
Okay. Well, let me see. A tough choice. I'm going to take I want to get in that house and get to this guy, so I'm going to take the critical wound so I can stay conscious.
Okay, a critical wound is very serious, so that's usually like 3rd-degree burns, something.
Yeah, but I'm out. But I'm out otherwise, right?
Yeah.
Gladius to the stomach. Yeah, that fits too.
Yeah, just for aesthetics. What you've been shot in the back. How do you think this injury shows up in Fred?
Oh, it probably. I mean, are they using Tommy guns?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, so you've all seen the movies. You do the Tommy gun shuffle as you get some rounds go through you. Yeah, so it's like he'd be running, boom, boom, gets hit, but like in Platoon, he just keeps going, smashes through the glass, firing his gun as he comes through, probably staggers and collapses into a couch, gets up, and he's just looking around trying to find this guy.
Awesome. Okay. But you might survive, Fred. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll go back outside to Liz and George.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Liz has just been watching this absolute chaos and craziness, and she saw what happened with Fred, and she almost wanted to cry out when Fred got hit and hit the ground and got back up. She didn't say anything, but now she's trying to study everything around the building itself, and she wants to observe a situation.
Roll away.
And that is a 17.
Okay, you get 2 questions, and they don't have to match what's in the sheet, but ask away. You get 2.
What is my best way through this?
Fred's window. At this current moment in time, in this moment, all the attention is on the garage on fire, bum-looking Ray, and we haven't got to George yet. We'll see what George is doing.
Okay, so then my second question is, what is being hidden from me?
Your thoughts go back to Mr. Pickett and those times that you've seen him, or you think you've seen something that's underneath the skin. There's something else living there. Like you see the figure of a man, but it's not a man, and you know it's not. You've never been able to contextualize that into something, more just into a weird feeling. Once Fred kind of broke through and you look inside the house, that feeling is amplified about 1,000 times as you look in there, and whatever's being hidden, it's in that house.
Then she's going to just make a beeline for the window.
Yeah.
right behind Fred.
The answer to what Pickett is, the answer to that thing that you saw in the house, the murder scene, just the answers are in there. Do you want to know? It's like the part in the Matrix. Do you want the red pill or do you want the blue pill?
Right. Got it. So that's what she would do. She'll basically hop down and run across, head for that window.
Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. You're able to get through there, no problem. You rolled really well, and you're able to kind of climb up and through. Now the camera flies over to. Actually, you get in there, and you just see like 3 or 4 trails of like separate lines of blood. You see Fred climbing up on the couch, his back just riddled with gunshots in his back through his suit, and maybe it's just the adrenaline. But he's up and he's having trouble kind of moving, but he's there and he looks at you and his eyes are all bloodshot. And you know he ain't doing well. Now the camera goes back outside to George. You're on mute
George,
there.
you're muted.
You're muted, George.
Yeah, I saw that. I moved the mouse away and everything, so I had to find it. But George is going to tap into some of that combat smarts that kept him alive in World War One. I would like to roll an advantage of mine.
Sure.
The voices.
The voices. They're calling me.
It's only it's +2. It's 10 for the genius advantage.
Okay. These ones really don't. The advantages the advantages that characters usually come with in the cult system, they don't have, like, they're your advantage. They usually don't come with drawbacks. So with between a 10 and 14, you get to choose 2 edges from that list and use them anytime in this whole kind of scene part.
Yep. I would like to use the first one right away with a quick thinker to protect myself from harm. I see my 2 compatriots running toward the house.
Yep.
I'm gonna start booking it to the house. But also, I'm curious if you'll let me sort of play with that one. I'll use the other edge to burn this as well.
Yeah.
I'd like, if possible, to try to pass that information to Ray as well to get him out of harm's way, instead of the sort of flipping the rational in the other direction.
Yeah, sure. All good.
So I will. So that's how I would like to use those 2. So I'm gonna start moving toward the house in the bushes. Like they know where I am, but I'm kind of trying to like serpentine through the bushes.
Yep. You're trained.
Grab Ray on the way. Like, come on, let's get the fucking house.
Yeah. Your training comes back to you, and you're just you're everything. Your experience in the trenches, how to navigate situations where you're under fire, and Ray's part of your platoon, and you're just barking orders out. Ray, do you follow?
Ray is gonna have to like sneak through the gate to get. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure where I am because I was by the garage, and then I shot one of the guys. I don't know if the other guy ran away or what. But
No, he's still there. He's standing pretty much in front of you with his ready to unleash a spray of bullets. And then
so
in your periphery, you hear George.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and join George just as soon as I can, but I gotta
Okay.
take care of this guy.
Yeah, well, from his advantage, it pretty much gives you a automatic 15 in the massage of this mechanic. So
Okay.
even if technically, if Ray starts running, it's an automatic success. If you unload your gun, this guy falls, and you can. That's what George.
Oh,
is,
I'm definitely gonna join George then. I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah. I'll be like, yeah, boss. I'll be right there. Just got to take care of this loser. Whack. Just like take his head off with the butt of my shotgun, and just run straight over his limp body through the gate, which those 2 guys came out of.
Yeah.
Through the smoke, through the commotion of the like the distraction.
Yeah.
And join him.
Cool. And for everyone's sake, you see here on Twitch, George or Fred, you're in that kind of labeled room 7/8/8. It looks like as you kind of blast through here, there's a couch. There's some looks like a guard's room. There's a belt holsters hanging on the wall, a few coats. There's a small round table with chairs around. There's looks like they were playing poker at one point. There's a gambling table, and just like a spot to hang out. But of course, Fred came bashing through, and the table kind of got knocked. Poker chips go flying. Cards are kind of everywhere, and Liz had kind of gone in. George, you slither in, like you were saying, like a serpentine snake, and
I'm a snake.
and a few moments after that, you want to see Ray just like walk through the wall, but just Ray, you get up and you kind of pull yourself in.
Nice.
And you're rolling here, and it's strange. Even though there's a lot of commotion and screaming, and you see the aurora of the garage on fire. When you're in this house, you can still see everything happening, but it's quiet. Like the sound has been completely subdued by just the oppressiveness that you are all feeling standing inside this house. The whispers just get a little bit louder, George. No roll necessary. But if someone tries to talk to you, you're kind of have to ask them, what did you say? Because you're like, it's a nagging sound.
I'll play it off as the Tommy gun causing like a tinnitus in the ears. Like, what?
It's basically just saying, we want flesh, George. We want the flesh. We want the flesh. Give us the flesh, George. You do. Sharon it wants the flesh. The flesh. Give us the flesh, George. George. We want eat it. What do you folks do?
Well, Fred's going to keep. I mean, he gets up like he's going through the house.
Yeah, we got to keep moving.
Okay.
Ray's gonna say to Liz, George already has his own problems, like keeping reality straight. Ray's just gonna say, Liz, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but if I ask you if someone's my mother, just say yes or no. Don't ask why. I've been seeing things a little bit too.
Right.
Sometimes I've been seeing my mother when that's not my mother. Maybe it's some of that same magic that's happening to George. I don't know. It could be just if I need you to double check something's real or not, just okay.
She mutters something under her breath. Jesus, why is it always mama's boys? And she looks over. Yes, Ray, I will let you know. I'll say yes or no. Now, we got it. Let's move it.
I heard what you said. That hurt my feelings. All right, let's go.
So Fred is kind of like Bill Duke at the end of Predator. He's kind of like going that. I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun.
I can hack it.
Going from room
I can
to
hack
room.
it.
I mean, he's bleeding. He's like, but he's just kind of charging through the house.
I think Liz is going to try if it's possible. I don't know. He's like been riddled with bullets here, but she's going to try to like stabilize him if at all possible. I don't know.
Yeah, you can try.
He's not stopping though. Like he's room.
Oh, he's just going, and there's no.
Yeah,
okay.
like a bull.
All right, well, then
Doors
that's not
being
going to happen.
smashed open. And like so, instead of like he's not saying, "Will you have me some fun?" But he is probably like yelling like, "Oh, I'll see you in hell, Pickett," or whatever. Just whatever, just kind of yelling
Okay.
out.
Yeah, and actually, that is true. Like George and Ray, when you kind of came in, Liz had kind of seen the situation that Fred is currently in. Kind of same description to you too. Yeah, Fred, he has his gun and he turns his back and starts kind of walking toward the middle of the house, and you just see 4 or 5 bullet holes in his back and just blood, just like foaming out.
Ray's gonna just try and just make some meaningful eye contact with George and just be like, and just kind of like raises, just check the bullets in his, check the shells in his shotgun, and just go right in behind Fred and just start like clearing this place.
Does that spiral staircase go up or down or both?
That's a good question. It's kind of hard to tell. When you look up, it looks like it goes down, and when you look down, it looks like it goes up.
All right. Well, we'll
So
probably will have to
it
clear.
it kind of, when you're looking at it, Fred, it kind of gives you a sense of vertigo either way.
Okay.
Doesn't feel
Well,
good.
well, I guess clearing this floor first
Are you like,
probably makes sense, but not doing a very thorough sweep, just like kicking a door in. You know what? Just for the sake of like probably kick a door in and let a burst go.
Wait,
Just like
what? Hey,
dishes,
all of you.
ornaments, whatever, and then go to the
Liz
next door.
basically tries to get. Wait, just a minute. Stop.
That isn't
This-
enough. He goes like, you go to the room on the left. It's a kitchen. You go in. Liz is like, stop, but the door goes in, and you just let off a rattle. You see fine glass and cutlery, just like plates, just shatter in the spray of bullets.
She wants to observe a situation again now that she's inside the building,
Sure.
because she doesn't know where and how. So she's trying to get everybody to hold and let's see what we've got to work with here. And so
Yeah.
I don't know if I should do that now or
Yeah,
should
go
I
ahead.
wait after.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
I'll give you probably just a -1 on that, just due to the situation Fred is in and how much you care for him.
Okay. Got it.
And the oppressiveness.
That's
of the place.
12.
Okay, still get 1 question.
God. All right. What is my best way through this?
You're standing there, your hand is on the shoulder of Fred. Like, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Stop. You don't need this noise. It's going to be all right. But the oppressiveness that you're feeling extends to the gallery in the back. A kind of figure-shaped room. In that, you see a bunch of paintings of various figures. And you're drawn toward one at the... It's almost like it doesn't look like it's hanging on a wall or anything like that. It looks like it's just suspended in midair. And it looks like... Send this in chat, and I'll switch screens here. But it looks like Ryan... Oh, not that one. Sorry, folks. Back to handouts.
Jeez.
Under the name, it's called Ryan Howart. And this looks like one of the paintings that you would have seen kind of back in the studio. And the way Stalker, you know that from what you've seen, just of everything, he paints what the person actually is on the inside. And when Elizabeth, you're just drawn into this room, and you just see this, you don't know how. It's like you don't see any wires or anything. It's just standing about 2 feet off the ground. It looks like it's just hovering, and you just hear almost like, even when you look at this painting, it's like the things are moving in the back. Like there's actual, like, it's not a painting where you go to the left, you go to the right, you think it's watching you. It's looks, there's life in this image. And without going into descriptions, you could probably look at what's happening in the background, and that is continuing. But you hear calls from the other side, almost like screams of pain, screams of agony, like someone's being tortured on the other side of this painting or through the painting. You can't really tell.
So, is there any, like, I don't know, a bar nearby here, or is it in this room or somewhere close by where there's like alcohol, some kind of?
Of course.
There is.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the kitchen where Fred was laying waste. It's a nice
Yeah.
stock.
I think when she sees this, she's gonna rush to grab one of the decanters of whiskey or whatever.
Yeah.
It might be, and she's gonna come back out to that painting and douse that painting in the whiskey and then light it on fire.
Okay. Take the whiskey. You douse this thing, this piece of art, and the things are still moving in the back, and you go to light, but you're having trouble. Roll, keep it together, please.
Okay.
As you start hearing whispers in your thoughts. George, I need a
Okay.
roll.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. Keep it together.
Plus willpower.
Yeah, that's a 13.
13. Okay.
It's a 14 for George.
Okay, so we'll go with Liz first. Which of those conditions do you pick, Liz? Do you think? Or sorry, this is kind of the other way around. It's something trying to force their will upon you. So if you don't mind, do you mind if I pick this one just to kind of help you out a little
Well,
bit?
no, it's fine. Well, remember, she has the advantage of -1 to keeps it together with stability, even though she's down 1, but she has that advantage. Just saying.
Okay. Okay. Well, for this one, we'll just say the lighter goes down and you become distracted. And what distracts you is just this figure in the chair. His arm comes up. You just kind of see it moving, and your gaze is just kind of fixed. And his hand comes out, and the painting canvas comes out, and you just see this hand, and it basically just comes out to almost like he's gesturing to come with me.
Okay.
We'll stop there for a sec.
Yeah.
George, how did you do?
I got a 14.
You got a 14. All right.
Not quite a 15, but not quite a 9.
Yeah, you don't hear. It's hard to kind of get, shut these thoughts up in your mind. And here. It really wants you. It wants flesh, George, and it wants it anyway. So the closest person to you, the uncontrollable urge to kind of go to that one person that's closest to you for one action is what happens to you due to this complication of this role. So you're just like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. All right. And then this one lapse of judgment. Who is closest to you? I think it's Ray, actually. Could be Ray or Fred. I'll let you choose.
Ooh.
Ray hasn't done anything in a bit. I think he's still like.
Yeah, no, we did the Liz. I'm just kind of working through. Yeah, there's no problem there.
So I don't know where he is.
I feel like for the narrative, Ray makes the most sense given
Yeah,
how
I
we've
think-
just like
yeah,
just
I think so
reconcile, we're
because you
feeling
were
good.
yeah,
Yep.
because we were kind of in a unit there. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Do it.
I think you're right.
George is gonna
Do
reach
it.
out, and now I was trying to confirm before I say this, Ryan. Am I able to stop this desire to get his flesh? Like, am I able to like resist it after a moment?
After the first try, yes.
I'm going to grab Ray by the throat.
'Kay.
And just start to squeeze. And you can see in George's face there, Ray, for a brief flash, you can see he's trying to fight it. He doesn't want to hurt you, but something has clearly come over him.
You see a tear come down the side of one of his eyes.
And as soon as he's able to, he's going to break that grip and just.
What's your reaction, Ray?
I'm gonna try to avoid harm.
Okay. Roll reflexes.
Okay.
Then Fred, I'm going to you after this.
Yeah, no worries.
Don't know what my reflexes are. Reflexes +1. So that is a 14.
Okay. You are, before George kind of gets to your throat, you are able to kind of grab his hand and pull it away, but he was grabbing really tight, and he is able to, his fingernails scrape your neck and does take a few chunks of flesh out on the left and right. And you see your hand comes out there, George, and you're looking and you're like, got it. You shut the fuck up. And then you kind of click back to reality. And then we'll go back to Fred here for a sec.
The painting, is that just Liz that sees that?
No, you're actually beside you're beside her. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'll see all the same things that she's seen.
Yes, actually, yes.
All right. Just, you know what? Probably not without even failing a roll. Probably will just stare at it for a few minutes. If she's standing there and the lighter goes down, I'll just kind of say, "Are we dead? Are we in? Is this hell?" And that's what he does for the round. He just kind of stands there side by side with her, caught up in this horrific kind of thing, and I'll act next round.
Okay.
But
So
I'll see if she has a response. I'm asking that, like, are we dead? Is this hell? Are we in hell, Liz?
what do you
we
say,
done?
Liz?
I don't think she's paying any attention to him whatsoever.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's like too focused on this hand that's coming out of the painting itself, you know.
So
Okay, can I act then, Ron? I just had an impulse.
sure. I was go ahead.
Yeah. So he thinks about Liz. He thinks about Joan. Damn you! And I'm gonna run at the painting. I'm gonna choke this guy in the painting out. I'm gonna dive in. I don't know what's gonna happen, but he just kind of thought goes into his mind. I'm gonna dive into the painting and choke and just. If I am in hell, then I'll spend eternity trying to kill this guy. I'm gonna just dive in and choke this guy.
Okay.
All
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So from Liz's point of view, Liz, you're kind of like, what? And you see Fred you see Fred, he did his little speech, and you see Fred just, the painting almost envelops him, or he just goes through it. Like if it's like, he just kind of goes on through and he just vanishes. And the guy in the seat, his hand goes away from you, Liz, and he sits back down in his chair in the painting pose. But the stuff in the background is still moving around.
Oh no!
And there's a little smirk there's a little bit of a smirk smile on his face.
Shit.
That's not good.
Roll, keep it together, Liz, please.
Yeah,
as you
that's
see
what it
this.
sound.
Oh.
That's well, it was -1 to that. So Yeah, that's a 16.
Okay. You're able to kind of, not lose your shit. What does Liz do?
Well, at that moment, she's okay. To recap, she's there, tries to light the thing on fire. She can't. She actually is literally lights her lighter, and then she just kind of stops as this hand comes out, like beckoning me to come in, etc. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, here comes Fred, and just tries to go strangle this guy in the painting, and then just is enveloped inside the painting and sucked in. And now it's back to what it was when I first saw it.
Yeah, you visibly see the person hand in canvas kind of retract, and he sits back in his seat with his hand just baked over like this, and with a little smirk on his smile, with the motifs in the background still doing weird, crazy shit.
Yeah. Is there anything sharp around? Anything like a I don't know, knife? Is there a knife nearby?
Oh, all kinds of stuff here. You look around, like this guy. Remember the name from the business card. You see, now that you're focusing, it's like you see antique swords, spears, things from the Roman times, like the gladius. This place is decked out. Definitely a collector's home.
She's gonna grab one of the swords and try to slash at the painting.
Which
Can I just throw something minor or something in that might change this?
yeah, sure.
So can Liz, when she looks around, can she see the gladius lying on the floor where Fred was standing? It fell as he charged forward. He got shot. It kind of fell to the ground
Sure.
near her. Okay.
Well, in that case, she'll grab that gladius. Whatever's first. The first thing she sees,
Yep.
she'll grab it and take a swing.
Okay. Before you kind of take that swing, George, the camera goes back to you two. You see just chunks of Ray's flesh underneath your fingernails, and Ray, you're just like deep gouges on both sides of your his hand was deep gouges on both sides of your neck. What are you two doing?
I want to back away and kind of be like, oh God, Ray, I'm sorry. Ray, I'm sorry.
It's fine. You got a hold of yourself. You got a hold of yourself this time, George. It's fine. Just don't listen. Don't listen.
We gotta
Listen.
kill that thing.
He's not even paying attention. Like, he kind of can tell that George is back in control of himself, so his full attention is back on the painting.
Yep.
He's like, that thing ate Fred. And he's gonna pull out his lighter and try and light the thing on fire.
Okay. You go over. You see Liz trying to
Actually, do I still have a Molotov cocktail on me? Because you said that I still had one left or something, because I could only throw so many.
Sure.
Or did the other ones get wasted?
Nope, you had 4. You used 3.
Okay, I'm gonna use a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Do
You
that.
light it up. Liz, you're standing there. Or sorry, you were the gladius.
I already attempted that, and now grabbing the gladius.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. George, what are you doing?
If I can see them all going after this painting, and with Ray's flesh freshly under my fingernails,
Actually,
I'm just gonna.
before you make a decision, sorry. Everything that you've encountered in your background as a character and what the place you're kind of in now, give me a see through the illusion, please.
Ooh, that is a 16.
Oh, sweet. Clutch.
Oh, beautiful. All right. So,
The one time I roll well.
yeah, George, you see everything for what it is. In the gallery, from the gallery to where you and Ray are.
Uh-huh.
This blackness just envelops, like it just grows out from the gallery and just envelops everything. The black painting is still there, but it's up in the air. And you see as you're standing there in this dark, it's cold now. You feel water dripping down from the ceiling. If it is water, you just hear, and as the senses kind of get to it's just a cacophony of sounds and senses and emotions. As you visually start to look around, in the blackness that is the ceiling, you see hundreds and thousands of just arms just clawing down and trying to reach down for you and everyone who's kind of in this room. And it's just like, and as this happens, underneath the painting, there is this slab of stone that's just floating in midair. And you see a body there, or someone laying there. It must be somebody. And this body that's laying there, there's probably like a thousand slits done by like sacrificial knives. And you see, instead of normally what red blood would do, it would, it would roll off the body and kind of hit the ground. But you just see that there's just these kind of icicle tendrils of the red blood just kind of like seeping upwards into the ceiling, and these hands are just grabbing down on it and just kind of, washing themselves in it. It's almost like a feeling of overwhelming pleasure for what's ever up there.
This is completely a guess here.
Yes.
Would I guess this is maybe Starker?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
And you see this. And the thing is, now you see Fred. And Fred is, I was going to get to this description to you, Fred, when we came back to you, but you're not knocked out or anything. This is just, you're basically hanging upside down from the ceiling, hanging on to anything you can, because you're being dragged up into the ceiling by these hands, and they're hauling you up, but you're just hanging on for dear life. And you see this, George. So, Fred, your same description for you. George, same description for you. Liz and Ray, still a nice little gallery.
Oh man. Oh no, you're gonna make me Sophie's Choice this, aren't you? How much do I like Fred? Let's see. Let's let the dice say.
Here we go.
So am I able to shout to the others to grab Fred? Like if I shout to them like grab him, can they see him at all?
You can shout to the others, but you don't see the others.
Oh.
Okay, knows they're there.
Oh, he doesn't
right?
He doesn't see me and Liz anymore?
No, but you still see him.
Okay.
I'm
basically,
George.
I'm
not making this decision myself.
Yeah, basically for you, Ray and Liz, you see just George standing there, like drool coming down the side of his mouth. He's like,
Oh, no.
Yeah, but just out of curiosity, and you tell me if it's wrong. But he's seen through the illusion.
yes.
So he knows that we are standing there, but the illusion has broken away. Would he not know that we are still there?
Yes.
Or,
sorry.
no?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So we are still there. You know us well.
Right.
You may not necessarily be able to see us, but you
Right. I'm going to shout as loud as I can. Grab Fred. And based on proximity, the way you've described this, from my understanding, I'm closer to Starker than Fred.
You're kind of in between the two.
Okay. I would like to. So the way I rolled this, I rolled the happy sad die, and it gave me an answer. I'm going to try to pull Starker off the stone.
Okay.
And then if I can get him off the stone, then like jump and try to grab Fred's feet as he's rising into the ceiling. I don't know how fast he's going, but
okay. Give me a violence roll, please.
Violence. Yay, I'm good at violence.
Would you like the rest of us there roll a see-through illusion? See if
Yes.
possible see through it. Okay.
Yes. I would like you and Ray to both roll see through the illusion with a +2. Just
+2.
Yeah, with a +2 each.
That is a 16 on violence.
Okay, that is a complete success. So, George, from your point of view, you grab Starker, you pull, and it's almost like he weighs 5,000 pounds. You pull him, and he barely moves. But with a complete success, you do notice that the thin icicle like blood trails that are seeping up into the ceiling vibrate. And when they do, he screams out in pain.
Pull harder.
As far as see through the illusion, Liz rolled a 12.
12? Okay, so
Oh, we're right.
with the 12, it's kind of like it's one of those glitches. It's like reality is like it's like everything's shuddering, and Fred comes in and out of existence. Ray is completely there. George, and just the whole environment is shifting.
Okay.
And the one bad thing that's happened from this, 2 hands from above come down and grab onto you. Just grab onto you. They haven't started pulling yet. And you hear that and they grab onto your shoulders.
Shit. Okay.
Ray, what are you doing? Then we'll go to Fred.
Ray saw through the illusion. I got a 19.
Okay, so you're in George space.
And he is going to...
For you, give me an observe a situation first, if you'd like.
Okay. Yep.
Because you're in the situation where you're just acclimatized everything and you're about to make decisions.
That I add my perception.
Yes.
I got to remind myself what that is. That is...
I think it was +2.
I think it's +2. Yeah. So that means I got a 15. Just
Okay.
barely.
You have 2 questions. Ask away.
Let me look up what the questions can be.
Here, I'll post them in the chat.
Okay. No, I got it. I found my moves thing here. All right. What can I use to my advantage?
Probably your brute strength. You're
Okay.
tearing shit up. Helping George, probably, with your brute strength.
That's what I was going to do anyway, if he can't get this guy up. But I also think maybe
Because you didn't see his first attempt, but you still have one more question.
I think I'll figure that out on my own. But the question, what is the biggest threat?
Stalker dying.
Yeah.
Interesting answer.
Like meta. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything meta. I mean, Ray, Ray. I have, I have theories, but Ray doesn't. Ray's like, we got to get this guy to save my mom, and we got to get him alive. And so he's going to help. He's going to help George. But you say he didn't see that he got caught, or that, like, I'm thinking he's like stuck or nailed to this. Like I'm going to try and help George get Stalker.
Yeah.
Christian, and I'm gonna try and I'm gonna try and just grab fireman, get him out of there.
Okay. Red.
And I'm thinking he's like some kind of battery for this whole thing. Like if we can get him out of this room, maybe this whole thing will run out of steam.
And you're experiencing this environment for the first time, and I've always been forgetting this session. I would like Ray to roll keep it together first.
Oh yeah.
And Liz, for what you're experiencing, I'd like you to do that too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Keep it together. I got a 11.
17.
Okay. Kind of the same proposition to George. This environment is kind of forcing its things upon you folks. So you don't for you, Ray, you don't mind if I intercede something here?
Yeah, I'm just thinking stability or something. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't like one bit.
Ooh, I take it back.
Well, go ahead.
16, not 17.
Yeah, no. Okay, so Liz is good. Actually, no. Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
I just I got a, what did I say I got?
There's like a 12 or a 10 or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
It was 10 to 14 range. thing.
Yeah. So based on that list there, you're not. Yeah. Which one do you pick, or how, with everything that's kind of happening? Go ahead. You make the choice.
I'm thinking guilt ridden. He's just feels like he's just screwing this whole thing up.
Okay. Take a -1 to stability.
Yeah.
And sorry, one final roll on these connected ones. Roll your guilt.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good. Catastrophe.
All right. It's not Stalker.
Oh.
It's your mom with the
Oh no.
with the busted jaw off, with the broken jaw off to the side. She looks over and like, you said you protect me, Ray. I'm dying. You can't save me. I thought you
I
were
gotta
a
help you.
good
I
son.
I gotta help you, Mom. I gotta help you. I'm sorry.
You've never helped anyone.
I know. I'm gonna do a good job.
And Liz, of course, following the instructions of what Ray asked her to do previously, he hears all this and she's like, "It's not her, Ray. It's not her."
Mom, I'm gonna get you out of this somehow. I promise.
Okay. With Liz's influence, you'll have a +1 on your next roll to get a reality check. But we're gonna put a pin in that. And Fred, you're being sucked up into the ceiling. What's going through your mind?
Oh, well, it's just like I'm in hell. Well, literally, it's like like what's being sucked up by these tendrils. I mean,
Roll, keep it
so I
together.
guess.
I guess first, a roll, keep it together.
Okay.
Please and thank you. Plus willpower.
That's a good roll. But I do have a penalty, right? What do I get for being critically wounded? That's -1 to everything.
Yeah, just -1 on everything. Yeah.
All right, so I still rolled a natural 16. So
Oh, you're fine.
yeah.
Grit your teeth and keep on going. All right. What's Fred thinking?
So I didn't. So Fred didn't make a see through the illusion roll. Should I do that?
Oh, you don't need to.
Oh, I don't need to. So I see everything.
Oh yeah,
that's going
you see everything. Yeah,
Drug right into it.
drug right into it.
Yeah. All right. Ace up my sleeve. Can I make an ace up my sleeve roll?
Of course you can. Roll away, sir.
Let's see here. All right. So that's 11, 12, 13, 14. So it's a 14 -1. So 13. So I get one edge.
Yes.
I'm going to take I think spot a way out is a good option here. So I can ask the GM what it is.
All right. So you're kind of you're doing very well. Kind of you're able to kind of grab onto the side of the table or onto something to kind of not be kind of dragged up into this ceiling of groping hands that's trying to drag you into God knows where. Hell. And with
Well, in my mind, I'm going to become one of those things in the background of the painting, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my destiny. Okay.
Maybe. But you rolled an edge, and what was your question again?
It says so. The edge ace up the sleeve. It says you spot a way out. Ask the GM what it is, and then you get +2 on a roll to make use of it.
break the tendrils.
Break the tendrils. Okay.
Like when I say that, I mean the ones that are connecting stalk, like the blood icicle trail that's leading up. Break those.
From Stalker. Okay. Since I'm hanging upside down from the ceiling and I probably can't reach them, I will yell out. Oh, Jesus. I don't even hopefully they can hear me, but I will actually yell out, "It's the tendrils! You need to sever the tendrils to connecting Stalker to this."
I think we'll resolve this with an influence other, and I'll get you to roll 2d10 plus charisma to see if you can oyster your voice out and see if they can actually hear you.
Okay.
Because there's
Liz, for God's sake, listen to. Oh, she has the sword. She has the gladius. Yeah, so I don't actually yell it
I
generally.
have it. Yeah.
I'm like, Liz, the tendrils. You need to sever the tendrils.
But she's stuck.
Hands on me right now. I think.
Yeah. Well, she can cut her. Hopefully, she can cut herself
Yeah,
free.
hopefully
But
cut it off.
anyway, it makes sense to me that Fred. That's where his mind would go.
Okay.
Oh God. Can you tell from my groaning how bad it is?
It's got to be bad.
Let's see. I must have a plus 12 in charisma, right? No, I don't.
Nice.
Oh, you rolled that bad, did you?
No, I got so
Uh,
basically with the -1, so my charisma is plus. I got a 3. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow. All right. So you're basically brought up. You were at knee level, but you go up into the ceiling up to almost chest level now, and it's hard to breathe. So you try to just like voice something, but it's like but we will say that Liz, you do get like, huh? Like your attention goes to Fred, and you look at his eyes, and he looks like he's trying to tell you something. I will give you that.
So since I did make the ace up my sleeve roll, can I give her my +2 on her next roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, for Liz, right now she has hands on her shoulders, right? They're not actually pulling her up, but they're just on her shoulders.
Oh, they're trying to get a good hold, and their fingers are digging in, and they're just like violently like.
Okay, so it's one of two ways she's going to try and get herself away from those hands. Either taking the gladius and slashing them away, or trying to dodge or something to get out of the way from them. And
Sure, whichever you'd like.
I didn't hear anything about any tendrils, right? I didn't hear
No,
Fred say anything about that. Okay, so all right, so she doesn't know anything
but,
about
but he is trying to tell you something.
Okay.
You just didn't hear it.
All right. So yeah, she'll slash at the hands or whatever.
Okay.
With that.
Roll of
And
violence.
yeah. So what am I doing?
Roll of
combat?
violence.
Violence. Okay. Okay, that's +0. That's 14.
Okay. You are able to slice through one of the hands, but you fall out of the grasp of the other one, and you basically just fall on the ground prone. And we'll say you take, more of you're just hurt, and you are successful, but you are prone on the ground.
So I'm okay. I'm prone. Did I take any
No.
decrease in stability? Okay.
No. With your background, you have a injured trauma, so you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. George.
Yes.
What are we doing with you? What are we doing with you?
I was trying to pull Starker off the platform at the best of my ability. Sounds like he's in pain.
Okay.
I think the logic, unless I have a weapon handy, I'm going to pull harder.
And
Okay.
Ray was helping, but the fact that he thinks it's his mother, I don't think that would stop him from helping though. Right now he just thinks he's helping his mother, or is
Yeah,
or
well,
is
you two are basically Ray's come up, and both of you are kind of together. You've looked at each other, and Ray, you see your mom. George, you see this man.
Ray, come on, pull really hard. We got to get him off this thing.
It's my mother. It's her. Like, yeah, we'll get her. We're gonna, of course,
Okay,
we
fine,
gotta
we'll-
get her. This is what we're here. We're
We'll
here to
save
help
your
my
mother.
mother.
Let's go.
The one crux in this is like for you, Ray, when you saw George pull at the person that's on this thing, it caused your mother pain. So that's the only thing that you would have seen.
Hmm.
So I don't know if that changes your line of thinking a little bit.
Well, I think that I had a. Well, I think that you said that for the next turn I had a +1 to try and snap out of it anyway because
I
of
did.
Liz telling me.
True. Yes.
So I'm gonna try and so what's that gonna be? Is that gonna be see through the illusion? Or is
Yeah,
it
that'd be a good one.
observe or is it
Nope. A soul roll would be best for that.
yeah, okay.
+1 on top of that.
Oh, well that's really good. Okay, so that's like a 20.
All right.
I get
Perfect.
19 +1.
Yeah.
I think I have a well, whatever. It's
Yeah. So you just see the
19
body of this man, and he just looks over there. Save me. I don't want to die here.
So with see through the illusion, does it look like the guy we're looking for?
The guy.
It's a guy.
Yep. You've never
I
seen
guess
it.
we don't know what he
looks like. Yeah. No, you just had a name.
It's like so I didn't hear what Fred said, but Ray already kind of has his own theory.
Yep.
Not about the tendrils, but just getting him off the slab might undo the voodoo. Like just
Yep. Definitely.
so he's wants to get so he's like, yeah, all right, yeah, George, let's do this. Let's get him off of here. Is there anything sticking him to the slab? Like why is George having trouble getting him off? Like is he tied to it? Is
No.
there anything restraining him there?
Nope.
So
Absolutely
we
nothing.
should be able to get him off.
Should be able to
So-
get him off. Yes.
Okay, so let's do it. We'll try and do it together.
Sure. Both of you roll violence.
Violence is a +1.
Man, I rolled another 9 and 0.
Nice.
I
I'm
got an
keeping these
11,
dice.
so not much better.
Excellent.
All right. So Ray,
9
you.
0. What violence is so that's 22 for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez,
Oh,
man.
that's perfect success. So you grab onto him, you try to move him. George, you are kind of going in, and you're just like it's getting the oppressiveness of this place, and just everything you've been through with your life experiences. You kind of like hesitate just a little bit because the whispers are starting to get louder again, and you grab onto the body as well. And Ray, both of you are pulling like you've never pulled before. This guy might move like just like half an inch across the table, and the icicle tendrils of blood that are seeping up into the ceiling, they shake again, and this guy just screams out in pain. And again,
Hang on, Rat. I'm
there's
sending you a
nothing hold-
message.
I think do you think it's going to will it have dawned on us yet?
Okay, I'll hold off on that option then.
No, go ahead.
Okay, no, the
Yeah,
the
that-
reroll option is
Yeah, that's where I was leading to.
okay. So that's box 10. I'll turn to Ray, and as we're pulling, I'll say, I don't care if this is your mother or Starker or whatever we have here. I need you to just let them know that for once I did something fucking right in my life. And Ray is going to pour everything he has into this pull. You see it across his face flashing just the pain of a man haunted by war and the things that he's seen.
Oh man.
And as he's tearing, you can hear him wheezing, his chest just tightening as he's pouring every last bit of himself. And in one final just giant push, I rolled an 11.
Final tick, George.
Final tick.
Okay.
Uh,
Describe the demise of George, please.
So George is he's pulling at the body, and he's trying to hook the tendrils and just get this guy off the block to the best of his ability. And in doing that, that flare up just causes his lungs to just spasm essentially. And he's pulling and coughing, and as he's coughing, Ray, because you're right there, you see because you're right there, he coughs up a spot of blood.
Black blood.
George is putting, he coughs up something. But as he is pulling on this, you can just see this strain in his face as slowly his chest begins to wheeze more and more. And even if he does, it doesn't sound like I'm able to get Starker off the slab in his entirety, or even at all. But
from
he's
your
gonna fall back.
No, from your description, you said you try to go on it, break the tendrils.
Yep.
When you do that, Ray, you see something. Liz, Fred, if you, from just a moment, you see George, the hands stop for a brief moment. And it's when George gets on top of supposedly Christian, tries to haul off, breaking the tendrils. It's when the tendrils are broken by George's arm going through. George, where that kind of blood touched, your skin kind of opens up or sliced, and then your blood starts going up. And then it's almost like the scene of like the Knives of 1,000 Cuts. Your back just like it's like there's a force that you haven't seen and it's still there, and your back is just sliced and diced. And then the tendrils that were leaching down to Stalker kind of go to you, and the blood pillars start from going from you up into the ceiling. And Christian, just his arm starts to move. Ray, you're hauling with your roll. You're able to actually move this guy now. Red.
Awesome. I'm gonna pull him off the slab.
I'm gonna one roll. You're able to get him half off, but there's still the bottom part, as George is still being kind of replacing him slowly.
I have to go back for George. It's like my only friend. So once I get Christian off the slab, I'm gonna pull out my my stiletto.
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna try.
That's in the intended action. We'll go to. That's right. We'll go to Liz and Fred first.
So Liz is laying prone. You said she fell to the ground and she's prone, but she, I guess she holds her head up and she kind of sees what you were describing as far as the tendrils are concerned, and so she's probably going to try to eye exactly where those tendrils are holding on to Stalker, and then get up and take a slash at them with her gladius.
Excellent. These things are static. You don't have to roll for that. So Liz, you get up, you go over with the gladius, and the parts that kind of were left on Stalker, you take the sword and cut through them. And he moves. And the things in the ceiling, when you have running water and you put your finger in and it diverts the flow, more of George is encompassed in this, and now it's down to his legs and feet. And Ray, you're looking at George, and his eyes are just in the back of his head now, and his head is limp. You know a dead man when you see one. Fred.
I'm going to. Well, I'm like almost completely enveloped in
Almost,
the ceiling.
yes. Yeah, the hands start to move again.
I'll give it a. I see what's happening, and I'm gonna give it a final kind of push to get out as well. just to try and fight against it. And
Yeah.
just try and pull myself out of the ceiling. So is that just
Did you want to try to roll? Do you have an advantage that might be helpful?
so how does that work in terms of can you, like, I already used ace up the sleeve. Can you just use it again?
I would say so in this situation. You can try it again.
Okay.
You can either do a improvised move where you come up with a plan and we try to roll a stat, or you can try ace up the sleeve one last time. Whatever Fred would like to do.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. Oh, you know what? I have my silver-plated Colt M1911 in the shoulder holster. It's probably dangling there.
Yep.
I see it. I'll suddenly pull it out, turn around and be like, "Eat this, you son of a bitch!" and like shove the gun up into the goo and just pull the trigger until I can't pull it anymore.
All right. Let's see.
Nice.
You're trying to do this as you're kind of being thrown around. We will throw it to a roll. I will ask you to act under pressure, please. Plus coolness.
All right.
2d10.
Coolness is my best stat. The -1.
You don't want to die, Fred. You don't want to die, Fred.
Join George in Oblivion. It's nice here.
I got
Slowly
it.
grows.
I would have gotten a 10, which is kind of like a partial success, but I have a -1, so that makes it a 9. It dips me below the line.
Fred. Liz, you might see this in your periphery as you kind of go around to the other side of Stalker and slice the tendrils, but you remember Fred was Fred. Just don't know why you forgot about him, but you see him in the hands. You just see his glass, it's just his eyes and just this look of just like all hope is lost, and Fred is just disappears out of sight,
And the silver-plated Colt 45
falls to the ground.
just clink, clink, clink to the ground.
Well, in Liz's mind, she was thinking that if she cuts all these tendrils, it's going to basically disconnect everything and everybody's going to be fine. So when she cuts the tendrils, she looks up and realizes this didn't work like she thought it was going to work.
That's what Ray was thinking too.
Yeah.
He thought he was helping his friends by saving. He wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I'm sure she lets out a scream, and as he just disappears and the gun falls to the ground. Well, I need to observe a situation here.
Sure.
Because I need to know what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah. Literally, that's a 19.
Okay. Throw some questions my way.
Nice.
I got 2 questions, right? At least 2, I think.
Yep.
So, okay, so can it be specific, or do I need to make this?
Sure. Nope. It's fine.
Then, other than the tendrils, what else do I need to do to release Stalker?
Just as Ray is pulling, all the tendrils have to be like gone. There can't.
Okay.
There can't
so
be.
She needs to keep cutting it.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of like
right. Well, now that Fred has disappeared, all right. I got a second question. So, what should I be on the lookout for?
The collapse of this place. Now that this thing has been disrupted, everything around you is starting to glitch again.
Okay, well, she's going to grab the silver-plated 1911 45 and just quickly grab it, and then with the gladius, she's going to slice what she can of the rest of the tendrils. Try to get all of them if she can.
Okay, you don't have to roll for that. That's fine.
Okay.
But the crux comes down to, can Ray roll well enough to time his last pull as this place is glitching out? Ray, it is up to you, buddy. See George, you know a dead body when you see one. There's about 30 to 50 streams of blood coming from his back, going up into the ceiling. You haven't even paid attention to Fred. You just think he's in the background somewhere. And you see Liz just like, pull him out, as she's going back and forth, trying to, cut through the rest of the tendrils. What do you do, Ray?
I was just thinking, like, since she's doing the tendril side of it, and it doesn't take a roll, and I'm pulling, like, actually, maybe that could count as helping or hindering kind of thing. Like, that could count as a
Sure.
bonus, so it's not all all up to me.
Yeah, sure. So I'll get
uh,
Liz to roll 2d10 for the stat that you want to use. Which stat? So it would be it would either be probably reflexes if you want to time it, or if you just want to give a big yank with violence. I'll leave that to you.
Reflexes are. I'm doing violence. I
Okay.
choose violence.
Okay.
Ray chooses violence.
All right.
He woke up today and he chose violence.
All right. Roll a violence roll, Liz.
A violence roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is +0.
That's okay.
All right. That's a 16.
You get +2, Ray.
Booyah. So that's a net +5. And I got a 17.
Nice.
+5.
Okay. You're able to haul the supposed Starker off this floating stone slab just at the right moment, where Liz is kind of going back and forth with the gladius that Fred held so coveted because it was going to make him money. George sacrificed himself for the group. Here might flow down your eye, but George is dead. There's nothing you could do for him. And as this place glitches in and out of existence, you dislodge Starker. You end up on the normal reality side and not in whatever that was. And Liz, you and this new person standing in an alleyway, actually. Actually, no,
We're
sorry.
standing in an alley.
Yeah, standing in an alley. You're hanging on to this person. They're knocked out, or probably just passed out from all the loss of blood and just everything. And Liz is in her. She has the KULT. She has the sword. Just maybe a broken high heel. You guys are just a mess. And
Limping her way.
Yeah, and you two are just staring at each other. What's going through your minds?
I'm looking, like, Ray's looking around for Fred.
Fred's not there.
Yeah, so would Liz. She's looking for Fred and George.
George is
they're
not there.
So does she recognize where they're at as far as this alley is concerned?
Some alley, some city. You don't know.
Alley somewhere. And so I'm assuming that this is Stalker that we're holding on to right now, or whoever it was. Now, we're supposed to bring this back to Manny, or Manuel Pickett, and she's got to save her daughter. So she's gonna try and hold on to this guy and make her way out of the alley to figure out where she's at and get back to the casino.
Well, that's the thing. You start walking in. You've never noticed it, but when you look up into the sky, there's a sun, but the sky is this hue of orange and red.
Oh shit, Ray.
Ray.
Where are we?
You saved me, Ray. You saved me. Ray, you look out toward the sidewalk. Some busted cars are out there, and you see your mom standing there. Come here, my boy. You saved me. You saved me.
Liz,
She's
do you
standing
see
there.
that?
Does Liz see this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Ray, if that's your mother, but I'm seeing it.
Ray's looking at Christian
Completely passed out.
completely passed out.
And as you
Ray's just looking, it's like, Ma? How did you get here?
and as you stand there contemplating, the camera flies out, and to the audience in the theater, they see your mom standing there in tattered clothes, and her maw just goes shh, and serrated teeth, and her head goes, and the curtain closes on Gallery of Souls.
As a caveat at the end there, just to throw this in for Liz's sake, I'm assuming she finds some way either back to Emmanuel or manages to get back to Joan. And you'll see a small, the camera pans to a lone telephone booth. And you see Liz enter the telephone booth. She pulls out her clutch purse and pulls out a napkin. And the napkin says, she looks at the napkin, it says Cary Grant. There's a phone number. And she dials the number. You hear her go, Cary? And that's where it fades.
And with that, I would like to thank everyone for joining us tonight, and my wonderful
Crazy.
players for joining me in this decrepit arc of Gallery of Souls. And
Awesome. So cool.
I'd like to thank
Great game.
Doc, Armistice, Baziel, and Phzoul for being here, and you'll see some of them in the future again. So until then, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey, everybody.